say everybody happy, Friday, just came from the
You wanted to show off.
just came from the parade with my sister, went out there with her. Just want to say, I'm with the movement, just not in the movement. You know what I'm saying?
We get it.
Wow. Wow.
How was the parade?
It was dope. For what stuff that we seen, man, everybody was involved. Everybody really was just starting off. Like,
What time did y'all
it's
get
gonna be
there?
a lot of shit going on. Like that.
What time did y'all get there?
We got like 12 in the first place.
Okay.
I just wanted to see a little bit.
You drove?
Yeah, I had to park.
I would imagine.
Yeah, I had to park like off the L train.
It's gonna be
Because parking, we searched for like a whole hour and a half to park. We couldn't find nothing.
Sure took the Long Island Railroad, like I told you.
Yeah, I had stuff to do though. I had the car.
Gotcha. Glad you had a good time.
Yeah,
Glad you had a good time.
It was a nice time. A lot of.
You meet a lot of.
But one thing I do want to say is, like, I've never been to parades and nothing like that, and that definitely wouldn't have been the first parade I went to. There's a lot of money to be made out there. There's a lot of people selling everything in their mama house, everything. If you had a rainbow on it got sold. But believe I'm gonna be out there next year, selling something.
So what you took away from it is an opportunity to make some money.
Yes, as a hustler, you gotta camouflage. You know what I'm saying? Because the black power parade, you gotta dress like the black people. If it's the white Nazis, you gotta put on your cape. You gotta get that bread.
Not.
Okay. So
as
we've stated before, Nate's views are Nate's views.
We've told y'all we tried to get a mute button, but we worked.
I'm just saying, all hustlers can relate. You hear me?
Anyway.
Okay.
The bulk of the show, honestly, I feel like we should start off heavy.
It's a big day.
Who's up?
Okay, I'm gonna breathe. I'm happy.
Okay,
I'm happy.
I get you. I understand.
Yeah.
A big bulk of it is going to be probably about the free agency.
Yo, they not
that's
gonna
going
stop
on.
it. This
So,
that's gonna be so lit.
I'm sorry, good.
Side conversations.
It's leading into what we're laughing about.
You trust me, we're gonna get into it.
anyways. So yeah, we're gonna start off with the bulk of it, which is the free agency, because a lot of people are gonna talk about it. And it's coming. A lot of the news is coming through already, but
I'm
most
getting
of
news
it's
as it's coming in.
23 minutes until they can start signing
That's
contracts.
the exact time.
So
they
it's not
can't sign,
official.
They can't sign contracts until the 6th.
Until
It's
6
not
o'clock.
official.
That's what I'm saying.
It's not
23
official.
minutes.
No, until July 6th.
But it's not official.
They can't officially
So
sign.
they gassed you
Oh.
up.
They can agree.
It's just preliminary.
But they could just put it out there.
This isn't DeAndre Jordan going to the
They
match.
could just.
It's happened before.
No.
It's happened
But
before.
he's a big enough star where he could push it out there so that another team could up their pay.
Mhm.
The team that he really wants.
I don't think he would do that. I don't think
Because
he
the
would.
Knicks already lowballing him.
But I guess you know what? Hold on to the hope. I'm with you there, brother. Hold on to that hope.
Can we get into
I
it?
don't want him.
I honestly and truthfully,
I don't want him.
I was pushing for Kawhi more anyway.
Kawhi was
I'm
never
coming.
coming.
LeBron anyway.
Kawhi was never coming to New York.
You don't
There
know
was
that.
never a thing.
You don't know that.
I know. I'm positive that was never a thing.
You don't know that.
Your only hope was Kevin Durant or Anthony Davis.
So can we dive into it?
Go ahead.
Because we was having a passionate debate off camera.
Yes, we was.
And what were we talking about? Knicks winning championships, Nets not having any championships. And what was your argument?
My argument is that the last basketball championship in New York was the New York Nets.
Well, starting with baby steps, we were discussing the fact of the time stamp, like where you should start. Should you start when you were born, or whatever?
Can we start from when the NBA started? Can we do that? I don't know how that doesn't matter.
I agree, only because I feel like how can you label a legacy through your lifespan?
Yeah,
When because a legacy could start way before you're born. How you gonna just minimize it to when you were conscious? I don't
Right, because
understand.
there's Knicks fans in here. Oh, you a Knicks fan. You're older than me. So his legacy with the Knicks start before mine. So it's like there's Knicks fans that's older than us.
And his experiences are different as a Knicks
But
fan.
we're not talking about experience. We're
I'm talking
about
about experience.
We're not. You have to because you don't have anything else to go off of.
It's usually fans that do that don't
have rings, right? Because
Right.
Yankee
They don't
fans,
usually
what's
do
the
that.
first thing they do?
Yeah,
We got
X
27.
amount of
Yo, we
rings.
do got 27, but I'm gonna tell you right now, I've been alive for at least 5 of those.
Did you just compare 27
I
to
was gonna.
I've been-
I thought you
I've
were
been-
gonna be like
No.
half.
I know what it's like for my team to win a championship.
So let me ask you a question.
Nobody at this table
Can I ask you a question?
can.
That doesn't diminish your
So
legacy.
when you have that argument or debate or discussion with somebody, do you say we got 5 chips?
No, I know.
when
I
I've been
say.
here, or do you say all the chips?
No.
that you-
Here's
that
what
you
I
have?
say.
Be honest.
No,
I'm just saying, yes or
Be
no.
honest.
Which
The
one?
mic
Which
right
one
there.
is it?
I'm gonna be honest. Every time I say we got 27 world championships, do you know what most people say to me? How many were you alive for?
So you
5.
adapted that same.
But you,
Five.
but what do you
Argument?
say though?
I
Ain't
say-
what they
I don't
say.
say
What do
anything.
you say?
I just say I got 20. We got 27.
Okay, then you
We
go.
got 24.
That-
That's
Hey,
other people.
hey.
No. Other people
We don't
go.
care about other
How
people.
many you been alive for? 5.
And then that's the
I
people that
celebrated with my
say
team.
the people that saying that are fans of teams that don't have chips.
Not necessarily. These are Mets fans sometimes who say them.
Thank
They got
Or they
chips.
have
Thank
well,
you.
let me rephrase.
They
They have
have
less
less
chips
than
than your
Way
team.
less.
So that's why they say that.
Way less.
That's why they
But
say
when it
that.
comes into the Knicks and with the NBA, you have to remember you're discrediting the whole ABA. That's what you're doing.
I'm not discrediting
Yes,
them.
you are.
I said they don't compare
Yes,
to
you
the
are.
legacy
That's like
NBA
saying,
team.
that's like saying whoever won in the Big Three. Now that we gotta count that.
If the Big Three merged with
That's
the
a
NBA,
whole nother organization.
but the Big Three
We're
is a
talking about the
totally completely
NBA.
different format. The ABA and the NBA didn't differ that much. The ABA had the 3-point line.
Who name was on
Who
the check?
had that?
Who name was on the
Who
check?
brought that to the NBA? The ABA
I don't care if
did.
it's Walmart or Home Depot.
You were talking about storied franchises that merged.
Who name
over.
on the check? It's a whole nother organization.
What is that? You're talking about storied franchises who came over from the ABA.
The Warriors came from the ABA, right?
The Warriors came.
How many NBA championships they got?
Oh, right now I actually don't know what 5.
They got a lot more than the Nets.
They do. Didn't the Spurs come from the ABA?
They got more than the Nets.
The Nuggets came from the ABA.
They got.
That's a lot of people got more than that.
But I'm
They
just saying.
do.
What have y'all won since y'all
But
came to
in
the
the
league?
ABA, we won.
Oh my goodness.
We won.
In the ABA.
The last
But
time New
again,
York.
that was way before.
The
you
last
were
time
born.
New York even had an opportunity to celebrate any basketball championship of any kind was the Nets.
So what's disqualifying ABA from like Dykeman or Rucker Park?
Professional league. Come on, why you asking them questions?
Oh, man, this
Why
is-
you asking them questions?
This is a no. This
That's a dumb question.
hold on, hold on. What's
Yeah.
dumb is the fact that you're using a whole other league
We're talking
to compare
professional
you.
league.
We're talking about the
And this, oh my
We have
god.
liftoff.
We're talking about the
Facts.
NBA.
We're talking about professional.
No, we're
league.
not. You are
No,
because you
no.
can't do anything else but talk
Why
about
would,
professional
the,
league.
why would the NBA want to merge with the ABA if it's not a professional league?
Hold on a
Why would
second.
they bring
hold on.
teams over?
Hold on. See, this is what Nets fans do. They're deflecting.
Why
now
not
he wants,
deflecting?
No, because
I'm
now he wants to
deflecting.
create an argument about what league should we count. I'm talking
I'm
about
talking about counting the
NBA.
two of
Why?
professional basketball.
Why?
Because they're the two professional leagues in the.
When was the last time you ever seen the NBA in conversation when talking about basketball on any sports channel?
The ABA? Because it don't exist.
Thank you. So
anymore.
why are we talking
Why
about
don't
it?
exist anymore?
So what's
Their
the same
legacy
thing about?
does not compare
Right, so
to
like
the NBA.
just like NFL and AFL, they don't compare those two together.
They don't because the AFL. I want to make sure I get this right.
Mm.
The AFL and another league merged a long time ago to create what we know as the NFL.
AFL's still around.
No, it is not.
It is.
Where?
Arena football?
That is not that. It's called the National Arena League. It's a completely different league.
Okay,
Yeah,
well,
I'm waiting for
same
you to go from the
concept.
topic.
It's not the same concept because Arena League is played completely different. The ABA and the NBA are the same exact sport.
So let me get this straight.
And they merged.
Let me get this straight. Y'all putting yourselves in the same pedigree with NBA legacy teams. Teams with NBA legacy.
No.
Because
He's
you've won
putting
championships
Thank you.
in the ABA.
We're
Appreciate
moving
you.
on up over here.
Because you've won
Nice and
championships
cold.
in the
What?
ABA?
I'm saying no. What I am saying is that the last New York championship for basketball on a professional level was the New York Nets. The New York Nets, not the Brooklyn Nets, not the New Jersey Nets, the New York Nets. In 1975, when we won in the ABA, 2 years before the NBA said, "Guess what, guys? Let's merge. Come play with
Is
us."
a bigger bust. You could have the top like 6 players in the world in your team, and
Mhm.
still not win.
We gonna see.
I'm still trying to understand what
We
this,
gonna see.
how are we prefacing this argument on an ABA championship?
But see, you have to humor yourself, right? Because you're saying it right. And I think
Indiana
this is where you
Pacers
have to
came from
humor
them, too.
yourself. Because so the only way you can make your strongest point is by bringing up the ABA, which doesn't really, or it's talked about.
It
Because
doesn't exist anymore.
their legacy isn't as strong, like Dwayne says, as the NBA.
Yeah.
But that's the only way you can make your strongest point is by bringing up the ABA. So what does that tell you?
It tells me nothing. It tells me that the ABA doesn't exist because they merged with the
It tells
NBA.
me that you have a very weak legacy. That's what
It doesn't tell me that.
I'm trying to build that up. Like,
Because before the ABA, the NBA was a lot smaller league, no 3-point line. There was a lot of things that were different. You're going to discredit an entire league that practically changed the way that basketball as we know is played
he's playing the game.
because you were trying to discredit
Watch
the
this.
New York
Watch
Nets.
this. So the ABA did all of that. They introduced all of these amazing things,
Yep.
right? And the Nets won 2 championships in this league,
They won 2.
and they came from this league.
Yes, they did.
So all this amazing, miraculous things that they were able to accomplish in the ABA, and yet they was able to do
Man, look.
0 in the NBA.
We-
and I'm not taking
So
that
what
away.
does that say?
I'm not
Look,
taking
look.
that away from you.
But wait, I want him to answer that.
But it is
what
a
does
new
that say?
day. It is a new
Oh, it's
day.
a new day.
It's a new day.
It's a new day.
Look, we live in New York. New York is a city of what have you done for me lately?
You are right. You are absolutely right. And what have the Knicks done for New York lately?
So he's gonna use. You're gonna use
We're
the
not
fact that
denying
you guys won something in the ABA. What does it say?
What happened?
3 years.
1975.
What have the Nets
Three
done,
years
though?
after us in the ABA, and we won in the NBA, but that's nothing. You can use that as your excuse
Absolutely, man.
because it's recent.
Because it's recent.
But
It's
was
the
it-
most recent. But I'm not saying, look, I'm not saying, what I'm saying is that now is our time. Right? If I can give a speech, now is when the Nets step up and go, we the big brother. Y'all take a seat back. Because y'all ain't do nothing for New York in the last
Here we
2
go.
decades.
This was y'all same energy when y'all went to the finals 2 straight years.
I see what I'm
This
saying.
And it didn't do anything.
This is why I feel the way I do against net fans.
This is
Because
it.
y'all do the most.
And he feels
And
like
Nets
this
fans
bring
like
the
Mets
legacy
fans.
up.
But look, when we win,
Delusional.
but when we win, y'all all gonna come with me to the parade.
See?
Right?
Never, see, we had this discussion
We
before.
did have this
I
discussion.
never said I didn't support the Nets.
Mhm.
I said my problem is the net fans that be doing the most.
Because New York don't give us the respect. But guess what? Today,
No,
at
how-
6
how-
o'clock,
that's not
at
true.
6
That's
o'clock,
not true.
Bring it on
we not
Yeah, I really
waiting
don't
for-
think that's not true,
nah,
because
New
I
York don't
actually
give
said-
respect.
no,
New York
that's
don't
not
give
true.
respect.
I actually don't dislike the
They
Nets.
do not give respect to Brooklyn.
No, we don't give
Come
respect
on.
to the fans.
No, you don't give respect
We
to the team.
love the fact that Brooklyn has a
You don't
basketball
give
team.
respect to the team.
We just don't like y'all.
No,
we don't like the fans that be in the
No,
seats.
we don't give them number one right.
I mean, when they're
Respect.
in the seat.
Look, at the end of the day, at 6 o'clock, we not asking for respect no more. We taking it.
Okay.
We taking it.
Okay, so let's see that.
No doubt.
Let's see it.
No doubt.
This is the year of the Nets. It's been a good weekend. I can talk all day.
I just want to say congratulations because getting KD and Kyrie is your championship.
Don't forget DeAndre.
Yo, did the Yankees play today?
Yankees played today and we won 12-8.
Won, they won again?
Yeah.
So what's that, like 15, 14, and 1?
We won 13 games in the last 14. We've hit a home run in 31 straight games.
That's the record, right?
That's
For the Yankees record.
Wait a minute, can I ask you a question?
Yeah.
Because I'm curious about baseball for a second.
Yeah, you got no shoot.
When was the last time the Yankees won? And I'm not saying this because I'm trying to trash the Yankees, because I'm not. When was the last time the Yankees won a championship?
2009.
2009. When was the last time they won?
Last time they went to a championship?
Yeah.
2009.
2009 was the last time they went to the World Series.
Yes. Yeah.
So is it easy to say that the Mets are the big brother since we went to the World Series after that?
I give you guys kudos. No, because the legacy is completely different.
Oh boy, here we go. Now we flip flop.
No.
That's
I
what
get where
we
you're
do.
going. I get where you're going. You're trying to trip me up
But
on my
that's-
words.
I ain't trying
You
to
tripped
trip
yourself up.
You did that to
You tripped
yourself,
yourself
bro.
up.
Y'all see how they ganging up on me?
You did that to yourself, bro.
Y'all see how they ganging up on me?
Unbelievable.
Look. I'm gonna tell you why that's different.
Uh-huh.
Because in the last 20 years, the Yankees have made the World Series 7 times. And the Yankees have won 5 of those championships. In the entirety of baseball's
You
history,
just said it's about what you did lately, though.
in the entirety of baseball's history, the Yankees have been to 25% of the World Series.
We'll get into technicalities.
That's technicalities. With 27 World Championships, I mean, it's comparing literal apples to like an
but you're still
imaginary fruit
comparing
that's the
the
greatest
past.
fruit of all time.
You're still comparing the old past.
I don't think they can hear you in the mic. Could you just say that one more time?
You're still comparing the old past. You
I'm
just
not taking
compare
it.
the old
What I'm saying is, I'm not taking anything
And
away
if-
from
hold on.
the Nets.
Yes, you are. You're
I'm not.
taking
I
it
said
away
the
from
Mets.
the Knicks though,
Thank you.
because we actually got a chip.
But the Knicks haven't done anything in 20 years.
But it's still the past.
Oh my god,
In
bro.
I'm talking. I went as far back as you wanted
But
to
the
go.
Nets haven't
Bro.
won either.
Y'all didn't.
At least we've made it to the.
Y'all
we
made
made
it,
it to
y'all
the
haven't won.
finals.
So
For one time.
So you cheering
Right,
being
he made it
a
twice.
participant?
We made it twice.
I guess it's making it to the finals is being a participant, but making it to the playoffs
within
is being a participant.
two
All right, but hold on.
within
made it
two
twice.
final
The Knicks made it
appearances,
twice,
y'all have half a win. We both final for
Right, because we won 2
Right.
games. We got
Yeah,
swept.
Y'all
yeah.
won one.
Yeah.
Y'all won one
Y'all
game.
won
The
one
Knicks,
game.
the Knicks
We went
made it
4
to the
and 2
finals
against the
twice
Spurs.
too.
4-2.
We went 4
There we
and 2
go.
against
There
the
we. Okay, so in the Knicks series, didn't we go Game 7?
With the Spurs in '99. I actually don't know.
I could have
So
sworn we
you
did.
talking about you probably
99.
in the
In-
90s.
In Houston,
No, '99 was the last
Houston,
one.
we took 7 games.
7 games. And what about the Spurs? I think it was like
6 games.
6 games. So that's a total of 5 games, right? Compared to
I actually
2.
don't know how many.
So
games
technically,
y'all
we have more success in the finals than y'all in that time.
Does it? But did you win?
Y'all
Oh
done got
my
it.
God.
That's about winning.
He was just hold on. He was just talking about
Oh
we got
my
2
God.
final appearances with no wins, but now it's about winning.
Y'all arguing semantics. Literally, this is literally what y'all argue.
It's
Oh,
only
we
semantics
won.
with
We
y'all.
won 3 games. You guys
Okay,
won
so
2.
all right,
That
hold on.
doesn't matter.
Let's go clear it
We
up.
were just talking
What
for
is
You
sure.
guys brought it
Thank
up.
you. You just said that.
Is of making it.
What are you
Oh my
measuring?
God.
What are you measuring?
I'm talking
One
about
thing.
this-
Say it.
I'm talking about measuring the success of making it to the finals.
Okay, we made
Because
it to the finals.
because you want to know what happens when you make it to the finals. You're a champion of the Eastern Conference.
Okay, but we
You
made
may
it to
not
the
be a
finals
champion of the
too.
league.
God,
You're a
man.
champion of the
But we
Eastern
made it to the
Conference.
finals
Okay.
too.
When?
In that same time
What
span that
years?
you
I don't
talked
know the
about,
years.
we won against Houston and we won against the Spurs.
So 2 and 2.
But we've won. We've had
I
more
don't bring this
success.
up. Y'all bring up the
Wait,
championship.
But we've had more success. In
All
the
right,
finals.
so we went 2 times. You
okay,
went.
because you're counting
Hold on,
games.
No.
Why are you counting games?
Hold on, I'm not done. I'm not done.
we have to
So
do
if
that.
you went 2 times and we went 2 times,
Right.
what do we base it off now?
Nothing. I've never
So
cared
what are
about
you
the
saying?
championship. Y'all bring
So
them
what
up.
are you trying to
Just
prove?
said, now they don't care about championships.
No, I don't. I'm talking about the championship conversation. Y'all bring up the championship
Why don't you
conversation.
care about that?
First of all,
Because
what is the
we've
argument
never
about?
won. I'm trying to get us to win.
Because when it comes to basketball, you can't enter the championship conversation.
If we've never won one, I agree. And why do you think I
Okay,
never bring it
that's
up?
it, period.
You guys bring it up.
Wait, I hear a lot of sighing in our crowd.
That's because
Because it's
That's because you.
BS.
That's
It
because
is
you.
it's a
There's
BS
some Nets fans
argument.
in the crowd.
Hold on. We have
Not happy right now.
some outsiders.
It's a BS argument.
I could have sworn we got rid of those raccoons. I don't know what's going on.
It's a stupid argument.
It's a stupid argument.
So what is y'all argument when it comes down to the net success? What is y'all argument?
Right now,
Yes.
we're positioned.
I don't want to hear position. I'm talking about who's the better who has the better legacy,
This
the
is
Knicks or the
NBA,
Nets?
this is the NBA free agency. It's all about positioning.
Okay,
It's all about positioning.
can we
We're
end
talking about
Your
legacy.
position.
yeah, can we end this once and for
win.
all? Because we need to have a
Who has
criteria.
the better legacy?
Whose legacy is better, the Knicks or the Nets?
That's
Did you hear the question?
No, I didn't hear the question. Go ahead.
Who has a better legacy, the Nets or the Knicks?
The Knicks.
Then we have nothing else to talk
Who's the
about.
better team right now?
The Brooklyn Nets have a better
Who
squad
is the
than
better
Knicks.
team? I don't want to hear
The
better squad.
Brooklyn Nets
I want to hear you
have
get-
a better team
Who is the
than
better
the
team?
New York Knicks.
There we go.
I said it in the
There we
mic.
go.
I can get loud
The Knicks
too.
are still a better franchise.
It doesn't matter. That doesn't matter. The Yankees are a better franchise.
Gotta
But did
be
the Yankees
messed
win
up.
last year or did they win the year before? Or the year before that? No, they did not.
But
I can argue they are the better
Our
team.
argument this whole time has been we are still the big brother.
No,
And
not
winning-
anymore.
wait,
Not today.
but we just established-
It is over. Not today.
Look, I ain't playing. Look. Nets is suck. Yeah, they about to get KD and Kyrie, but they ain't about to do nothing. They might go to the finals because ain't nobody over there. Kawhi gonna leave, and
I mean, that is it. If
And
Kawhi leaves, that's
if
huge.
y'all can't get past Philadelphia, that sucks. And Kyrie, he literally just gave away another year of his career because he know KD's not playing for a whole other year. So that's a sorry decision by him, and I very discredit his decision making after that. And whoever's his manager needs to get fired. Then when they go up against Big Bron, they're not gonna go nowhere.
let's talk about this for a second. I don't even want to argue Nets and Knicks anymore. Because
Two rings.
it's a null and void argument.
You can't.
Before we give
You
up the
can't.
next conversation, I wanted somebody
Put my shades back on.
telling to take off his
Knicks
Knicks jersey.
Yeah, that's one of my co-workers, Jamal Curse, which is a Jet fan, by the way.
Jesus, and you have the nerve to come in this group chat talking about take off a Knicks
Yeah,
jersey?
First of all, let's not
he's a
disrespect the
Jet
Jets.
he's a Jet
Let's
fan.
not
Let's
disrespect.
have
No,
a
no, no.
No,
That's
no,
how
no.
I say. I root for the
let's
Jets
not-
too.
let's
No
not-
I root for
disrespect
the
the
Jets
Jets.
too.
but
Let's
Let's
have a
be
moment of
real.
silence
I
for the
mean,
Jets fans
when
out there.
you ain't win a Super Bowl since Super Bowl III, I don't think you should be talking that much. You know what I'm saying?
Yo, can we have like a 30-second moment?
We
of
came
silence
close
for
to
the
like
Jets fans?
in 08 and 09.
Like,
It's sad to think like
only
Mark
thing kids
Sanchez
know
was our
this-
last
know the Jets for is the butt fumble. That's all they know.
Yeah,
for.
fumble.
That's all I know.
You know what the sucky part is? That's what he will forever be remembered for, and not the 2 times he almost got us to the Super Bowl.
That's it.
That is a sad.
That was the
sad-
last year he played for them too.
It is.
And Rex, right?
So now that Kawhi might leave, the only teams in Brooklyn's way from being in the top 2
Philly.
are Philly and
I don't even count the Celtics.
Milwaukee.
No, that's not true. The Celtics are actually still a big player.
What if Kawhi
Let
goes
me
to
ask you, are
Milwaukee?
there any other teams that would prevent New York from being in Brooklyn from being in the top 3?
Yeah.
That's what I'm asking. It's a legit question.
Well,
No,
you,
I'm how you changed. You said New York. Brooklyn.
No,
we talking
they-
next year?
We're talking
No,
next
I'm
year,
talking-
this upcoming season.
If they both
Bro,
come back healthy,
come
they
on.
favored
Yeah.
something.
What, this season for Brooklyn to get to the
Top 3,
No, I don't
top
see it.
3. If
I don't
Kawhi
see it.
leaves,
Because
I don't see it, but
KD is
if
not
Durant,
playing.
If Durant wasn't injured, I would say yeah, but nah.
That's like
maybe
Kyrie
the
being-
following season. But
Kyrie's on a way second team than the Celtics.
no.
I like-
we're a better team than Boston.
Bro, let's be
No.
realistic.
Yeah,
No.
I think we're a
No,
better
no.
team than
We're
Boston.
talking
No.
basketball,
Yeah, you
not
know.
just names, right? Not on
Brooklyn
paper.
fan, right
We're talking
there.
The
basketball.
Pacers, I like better in the playoffs than I like Brooklyn.
Pacers is a hard team.
The Pacers are good,
But
but I don't think
Oladipo coming back healthy.
if he comes back healthy,
You
yeah, I
got
agree.
Turner. You got Sabonis.
Oh, what if
You
Kawhi
got
was there?
He's not
I
going
forgot
to
the other point guard's name.
No.
But I
I
like
like
them
going to
better.
go to India.
Collison, is that
He retired.
When Collison retired.
It was somebody else.
So now they need a
Only
point
people that
guard.
go to
Aaron
the
Holiday,
draft picks.
who was coming off an incredible second half in the next season. I like him next
Has
year.
anybody chose to go to Indiana before? So it's like-
They
I
have
feel like
a-
Jermaine O'Neal.
Jermaine O'Neal, yeah.
Of course, the big bus.
Jermaine O'Neal.
Nah, he was not no
A
bust.
bus?
Yeah,
He
but
was
you better
tripping.
win it.
Jermaine O'Neal wasn't a
Didn't he make the All Star
I agree.
on
Yeah.
Indiana?
Yeah, several. Yeah.
He chose to go there.
Yeah. He went from the Blazers to Indiana.
But most people that go to Indiana is drafted. Trade.
Yeah. That's true.
I
Nobody
don't see nobody.
I mean, last year, Indiana,
Because Victor got traded there.
they were 6 games above Brooklyn.
I mean, maybe not.
And then the Celtics were above us as well,
Yeah,
by
almost beat
7
the
games. When you lose, I think the Celtics drop.
Everybody almost.
I think the Celtics drop as low as 7 and 8. And I'm gonna tell you why. Not only because they lost Kyrie, and I think Kemba's Kyrie light.
Kemba's going to Celtics?
Well, you said they're dropping to 7 or 8.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be surprised
I
if
don't
they're
know.
number 2 or 3.
Kemba
No,
said
no.
he doing to
And they lost Horford. Like they lost.
Yeah, they lost a lot.
Yeah.
But
Oh,
Kemba
and we
for
got
the
three.
Celtics
We got
is right.
3 minutes until this free agency thing about to kick off. I'm so excited. But no, and they lost Horford. They're gonna lose Horford.
They
So
lost
now-
a lot. They lost
They
a lot.
lost a lot. So you saying this team, this Boston Celtics team, that is going to rely no Terry Rozier anymore. They're going to rely on Jaylen Brown, as we talked about earlier, and they're going to rely on Jason Tatum and Kemba Walker to lead that team with no big man.
Let me tell you this. When Isaiah Thomas was on that team and they didn't have no Jason Tatum, they were not a good team.
They at least had a big man. They had Al Horford.
No.
They had an anchor. They don't have that
But
anymore.
let's be honest. Al Horford, as good as he is not a franchise changer. He is
I
a
don't
good.
know. You
and
tell
the
that to the team about to pay him over $100 million.
because it's not because of his talent. It's more so his locker room presence. He's a great locker room guy. That's why they said the Celtics have a big loss losing.
I'm sorry, you don't give a locker room guy $100 million.
Yes, you do.
You don't.
The Knicks do.
You give a guy
Yes,
with
you do.
talent $100 million.
No, you. First of all, $100 million in this salary cap is not a lot of money compared to 5 years.
For sure.
So
Especially
you
now
do
the
pay-
cap raised again by $7
Paul
million.
Millsap just got $30 million. You pay those kind of guys that
Paul
kind of
Millsap
money,
is a good player.
but he's on the same level as Al Horford at this stage of his career.
Nah, at
That's-
that much money, that's like super.
Al Horford is only 32.
Which is
Averaged 13 and 6 last year, shooting 60%,
not worth that much.
which is good. 60% shooting from the field
But
is a
you-
great
but
number.
according to what you're saying, that wouldn't be worth $100 million.
That would to me, he's not worth $100 million. I don't think the Knicks should sign him for 100 million. I don't think the Nets.
But I'm saying
have
they
any
didn't sign him for his
consistency.
talent. Clearly, it's because he can
But a lot
contribute
of-
to a winning culture.
But he's consistent. That's the thing.
A
Al
good locker
Horford's
room
always
guy.
been consistent.
Yeah, he's a
You
good locker
lose
room
this,
person.
and who do the Celtics have?
Well, first of all, it's still early in the free agency. There's still
It is.
players to get though.
But who you think is gonna want to go to? Who you think is gonna go to the Celtics? If
Well-
you think they can get somebody, who?
Well, if I'm a big man, I don't. First of all, I gotta have a list of people because I know there's a few people that's off the board. Like I know Brook Lopez is signing back with the Bucks.
Yup. Great signing.
So I don't know off the top of my head who's on the list.
Again,
But-
another Knicks. I mean, another Nets record.
I mean,
I feel like you're still mourning him.
Damn. Man. Yo,
Like I can hear it in your voice.
like you know what hurts even more? Now that we're losing D'Angelo, it's like we lost Brook. We don't even got D'Angelo anymore. That hurts because Brook is one of my favorite Nets of all time, and he's the leading scorer in the
D'Angelo
franchise.
going to the Lakers.
I do think D'Angelo may wind up
That would
back
be
in
the
LA.
smartest decision you can have.
If the Nets were smart, though, they'd sign him and trade him, which is what they're trying to do with the Timberwolves, because the Timberwolves really want him. Which means we may or may not wind up with a draft pick or two.
Which means you have to make what you have to work
Which means
very well.
no, for sure.
I don't. That'd be.
And
tough for
Boston wants to
Simon
do a three-team-
knowing that Kyrie's talking about coming to the Nets. He knows he's gonna get traded.
No, he
You might
knows.
as well pick where you want to go.
Well, he can't because
But he can't. He's a restricted free agent.
Oh, so what's one?
Yeah.
He's not going to the Lakers then.
Well, if the Nets renounce his rights, then he becomes unrestricted, and then he can go wherever he wants to. But the way that works is if any team approaches him and says, "We'll give you this amount of money," the Nets can go, "Well, we're just gonna match that." But now that we're getting Kyrie, we're not gonna
But
do
he
that.
could choose to leave.
No,
No,
not as a
he
restricted
not as
free agent.
restricted.
Not as a restricted free agent.
He could get
Oh.
he could get an offer for another team.
Waj
and
just
then
dropped
the
it.
Nets-
Okay, so it's 6:00 and it's starting. Waj just dropped another bomb right on the dot because you gotta love it. JJ Redick's going to the Pelicans.
Ooh.
That's a big one. Philly just lost a big piece.
Ooh.
Philly just lost a big
Pelicans
piece.
loading up.
But you know what that tells me? That tells me that because them letting him go means they might be trading Butler and getting
it's
pieces
not
back.
stopping.
Like if they still trade Butler, that means they're getting Eric Gordon. I'd rather have Eric Gordon than JJ Redick.
It's okay, so it's not stopping. Waj just announced Chris Middleton is signing with the Milwaukee Bucks back. Kemba Walker
So
just agreed to
That's
sign the
big for the
4-year
Bucks.
to the Celtics.
It's big.
Harrison Barnes agreed to go back to the Sacramento Kings. Yeah, they're coming in like, wow, I love it. I love it. That's great.
That's big for the Bucks.
That's huge for the
If he'd
Bucks.
have left the Bucks would have took a huge step back.
There's no better team in the East right now than the Bucks. He's tweeting again.
I think Philly's better. I just think they on and off.
I think
Trying
Philly,
really hard.
Derrick Rose to the Pistons.
We knew that for a couple days though.
Derrick Rose to the
Derrick Rose.
Pistons.
I thought he was gonna. I thought he was
That
gonna.
doesn't impress.
I thought he was gonna go to the Lakers.
Yeah,
I don't think there's any. I don't think the Lakers could have. They're paying him 2 years.
I like that
15
move for him
million
though, because that's about $7.5 million a year. I don't think he would have got that money. in
Detroit
Derrick
needed a
Rose.
guard too. They don't really have any premier guards. As you were complaining earlier that your point
Yeah.
guard was Ish Smith.
The best point guard. I was playing with 2K. The best point guard they had on there was Ish Smith. They need point guards.
They do. They do. But it's going crazy.
I need my rematch after this. by the way.
Valanciunas is going back to Memphis. Man. So who do you think the Knicks are gonna land? I mean, it's 6:02.
I think the best thing.
Waj is blowing up Twitter right now.
I think the best thing for the Knicks is just to
I don't care
spread
for
it out
them-
for 1 year
I don't care for them
contracts.
to pick up nobody.
Yeah, just spread it out.
Develop-
One year
The
contracts.
mentality of the Knicks.
Develop
that is.
Jesus.
That's what disappoints
They
me
were
about the
losing-
Knicks.
Pick up,
They
pick
were
up
losing
who?
so
Okay,
long.
so who's been picked up now? Who they gonna pick up?
Honestly, you guys need a big man. If you lose DeAndre, you have nobody.
Marcus Cousins.
I've been pushing for Julius Randle.
So-
I've been saying this more than I've
Julius
been
will be
saying
good.
Kyrie, and I've been saying this more than I've been saying Kevin Durant. I'd rather
Julius
have
is
Julius
good.
Randle and DeMarcus Cousins.
But here's the problem.
God, no.
Julius
Keep DeMarcus away from
Julius isn't the star that you guys need.
We need a front court.
We need a leader. We
And
have
you don't-
so
and you
many
still
young
don't have
people.
one.
Exactly.
So who is that one?
But wait,
It
person.
has to be.
As an
someone
NBA
different.
executive, right? Because I mean, as casual fans, we're throwing big names out there because it sounds good. But as an executive, there's still talent in this free agency pool. Like Julius Randle is a leader.
No,
He put up number. He was one of only 9 players last year to put up 23 and 9.
no one's disagreeing with Randall's numbers. Randall also played on a team where he didn't have to be the leader. He
Who's
played
the leader.
Anthony Davis.
Anthony,
Come on.
let's be honest. AD was not a leader last year with everything that was
That
going
is-
on. He
wow.
lost the locker room last year.
You discrediting Anthony
How am I
Davis.
discrediting him? He lost the locker room.
I'm telling you, Julius Randle did not lead that.
Show me how AD led that team last year when the locker room wasn't even looking at him. The coach
that's
is
not
saying,
his fault.
how is it not his fault?
That's not his. He can't control when he's gonna get traded.
He can when you say I don't want to be here no more.
Okay, he can say I don't want to be here, but he can't just be like, oh, I'm gonna leave and go sign with the Lakers.
Bro,
They still have to trade him.
but
He
I'm
asked
saying
for that trade.
that's what I'm
fine.
saying. When no,
Any
it's not
player
fine.
can ask for a trade. It is their right.
Bro, the literal thing that you're saying is
Right,
fine
right.
is what breaks up locker rooms.
But how you being
That-
a
that-
leader
that's
if you ask for a
backwards, though.
trade though?
No, I don't
That's
think it broke
backwards.
up a locker room like brother-wise. I thought it,
No, yeah,
it just breaks it up corporate-wise,
No,
business-wise.
not
I think those
corporate-wise.
players in the Pelicans locker room knew. They
They're not gonna
knew.
flip on him
They're
just
not gonna
like
flip
that.
because
It's
they want to go somewhere better.
Wait, let's be honest. We're not talking about flipping on him as a friend, a brother, or anything.
That's
We're
the locker room.
No, we're talking about as a professional athlete, as a teammate. You can be friends with somebody, and the locker room is lost. Look at the Lakers last year. They all didn't seem to hate each other, but that locker room was depleted.
How do you know? Were you in the
Look
locker
at
room?
I watch basketball, and I played basketball, and I know
Lonzo
what
was on
chemistry
LeBron's
looks
show.
like.
Lonzo was on LeBron's show.
Come on.
Come on. Lonzo was
Lonzo was on the
Thank
show
you.
after all that talk, though.
But that's what I'm
So
saying.
why did it fall apart after all that came out?
Honestly, you want to know why I think that locker room
It
fell
fell
apart?
apart,
In
too.
LA?
They got rid
Did
of
it
him.
fall apart?
No,
No,
in,
they just got rid of him.
in LA it fell apart. But it wasn't none of the players' fault.
We gotta make sense if we gonna talk about this
It was
now.
no. It was
Y'all did
it
y'all
was
watch
magic.
the Lakers last year?
Listen,
did y'all
listen.
not see the?
They did
The
fall
lack of
apart.
chemistry?
No, they did. I'm saying
Nah,
they
that
did.
happened when LeBron
He's
was there.
saying they did it.
No.
But it wasn't the
LeBron
players'
just
fault.
made it look way
It
better
wasn't
than
LeBron's fault. It was Magic's fault.
Oh my
Oh.
god.
See, if
Magic
Magic,
gotta
if
be-
Magic tore
You
that locker
gotta
room
be
apart.
no.
Are you kidding me?
It's
No.
only Magic's fault.
It is. I don't disagree. No, as a matter of fact, I put all the blame on Magic for the way the Lakers fell apart last year. And I'm gonna tell you why. When you try to trade away your entire team,
That means you're a good GM when you do what's best for your team.
no,
Magic
and
is
fail
the
because he didn't get it
greatest
done.
player
He
to ever
failed.
play the
Magic
game.
Johnson didn't fail. Let's get this straight. So let's put this in context and perspective, right? Magic Johnson didn't pull that trade off, not because he wasn't capable. It was because one, they didn't have the fourth pick to negotiate with. The fourth pick was huge in them completing that trade, and the GM at the time never wanted to do a deal with the Lakers. That goes all the way back to when Chris Paul was supposed to get traded there, and that sourness with that.
Right.
But when David Griffin got there, it seemed to progress when they got the fourth pick and a new GM. What happened?
Cool.
Same players.
Cool. That none of that matters. I'm gonna tell you
Actually
why.
less, because they still kept Kuz.
None of that matters because as soon as the news breaks that your GM tried to trade you, it does not matter what he tried to trade you for. You lost their trust.
Oh,
4 players were told that they were going to. It was all over the news, all over the media.
That wasn't
4 players
Magic,
were going
though.
to. That's Magic.
That wasn't Magic that leaked that.
That's Magic.
I wanna ask
No,
you a
it was the
question.
Pelicans. They already
So
announced
you,
that.
you don't believe that LeBron ain't have his hand in that too?
I'm not saying he's not. He did it,
Of course, he
but the blame I still give to
2
Magic
rings. That's I'm right.
because as president of basketball operations.
See that,
That-
see that position you said that he had? First of all, he didn't even have the full power he's supposed to have with that
I
position.
disagree.
No,
I
he
think
didn't.
he did.
If he wanted to fire Walton and he told him no, so that
But they-
how does he have the power?
I think that the ownership does overstep, and this goes why I don't like.
So he
this
didn't have the
sometimes.
power then.
But that's just ownership overstepping. But that could go with any position in basketball. The GM could be like, I want to
the
trade.
fact that he didn't have the power.
Right, but that's not his fault. That's the ownership going, no, we don't want you to do that. But that's ownership overstepping the line.
But we're
They
making-
said they're not supposed
we're
to do
making
that.
They're not
stuff up.
supposed to do that.
We're making stuff up at this point because it was already announced during the All-Star break that the Pelicans, the front office of the Pelicans, was the ones that leaked that news.
Okay,
So
but no,
how is that Magic?
But here's the they may have leaked it, but the fact that Magic was even involved in those talks without the players even knowing. Do you remember that time? Like the players
Wait a
were
minute.
finding out online.
You got what it means to be an executive in the NBA messed up. Since when does an executive have to run to his players and say, "We're gonna trade"?
No, you don't run to the players and be like, "I'm gonna trade you," but you have these talks and you don't have them find out in the media.
No, you're misunderstanding why he did that.
Especially
He never-
players like Lonzo,
he
who was
never-
your number 1 pick the year before.
This is gonna be a beautiful.
If I'm gonna trade all three of them,
I
right?
don't get traded.
Okay, if I'm gonna trade all 3 of them, right? And I just want to see what the market is. You don't go to them and say, I'm gonna trade you, I'm gonna trade you, I'm gonna trade you. You test the market, you take phone calls and see what you can get.
But
that's
not a trade that deep.
No, but
that trade went deep.
Bro, every single
That trade was
every
this close, bro. That was this close. To
it was this close because Magic said, if I give you this, will he accept it? They said under those terms, no.
They came this close, bro.
It was never this close.
It came this close.
They never came close. And the GM even came out and said, I don't want to do business with the Lakers. How many times have we seen that?
It falls apart all the time. That doesn't mean it didn't come close. If I knew I was gonna trade Lonzo, and it was just a preliminary talk, hey guys, what would you give me if I gave you Lonzo Ball? That's one thing. Another thing is to go, all right, we have these sort of steps in place. I'm gonna give you Lonzo, this guy, this guy, this guy. We've been talking for weeks now. It's not just
that doesn't mean the trade's coming.
It's not just hey, I'm just feeling the waters here. It's we know who we want. Your player already said he wants out and he wants to come to the Lakers. It's deeper than just.
No, but that's exactly how the conversations go when you test the waters. I heard your player
testing
doesn't
the
want to go
waters.
there. If I gave you these players, will you accept?
It's deeper.
That was the conversation.
It's deeper than that.
For conversation, no, go ahead.
So you're saying that they were supposed to tell those players?
No. When you get that deep, I approach Lonzo as your GM and be like, look, this is sort of what we're looking at. You know what I mean? Because you were our number one pick a year ago. Wasn't Lonzo Magic's first pick as the basketball?
No.
It was.
No, he was number 2, right?
No, he's saying his
his
first
draft pick
Yeah.
So you approach Lonzo and be like, this is what we're sort of thinking. We're gonna
And
move
he also
you.
said his jersey was gonna be in the rafters.
You know what I mean?
All of that.
I'm not saying that he doesn't owe Lonzo anything.
I remember.
But just building that relationship and that chemistry that we're talking about, that sort of thing that LeBron's built up over the years, it's that sort of trust to go, we're thinking about moving you. You know what I mean? It's not final.
I say it's different when you're dealing with a player like a LeBron on that level.
Right.
But somebody like Lonzo or whatever, you don't have to go to them and tell them, oh, we thinking about trading you.
But what's
you don't
worse,
have to do that.
You not giving them the courtesy of that, or them going on Twitter and finding out that
like he
came out.
said, that's the Pelicans' fault.
Thank you.
And that's one of the reasons why everything fell apart, because then they found out, oh, they was trying to trade us or whatever, and then everything fell to the wayside.
Right, but then why would the chemistry fall apart on the Lakers side?
My thing is
If
this.
the Pelicans
My thing is this, bro.
Why would it fall apart on their side?
Bro, if I don't want to sour a relationship between me and you, and I'm the executive and you're the player, I'm not gonna put it out there that I'm looking to trade you if I'm only just testing to see what they would accept.
Bro, they were a lot closer
Bro,
than just
I'd wait until I have an agreement in place first, and then I'll say, look, I was on the phone, I had these conversations, we have an agreement in place to send you here. That's when you have the conversation. But you don't prematurely have conversations before you had that agreement. The Pelicans denied that. They never had an agreement. So what happens? If it wasn't for the Pelicans leaking it, the players would have never known. It was out of Magic's hand. And on top of that, he was getting backstabbed by his executives.
I'm not disagreeing that whole thing was dysfunctional, which is why Magic left the way he left, which was crazy in its own self. That whole locker room, that whole organization is dysfunctional. You know what I mean? But at the end of the day, I still place a lot of that blame on Magic. And I think Pelinka, who's their GM now, I'm saying that right? Rob Pelinka. Yeah. I think he's just as bad. I think the AD trade is going to come back and bite them hard.
You talking about the recent trade?
The recent trade. It was a dumb trade.
I don't know about dumb.
You know what I mean? They have room for one max contract, and they have 4 guys signed.
Well, when the Miami Heat came together, they only had 1 player on the roster.
Right, but then you added Dwayne Wade, Rosh, and LeBron,
Right.
and then you fill the rest with.
And they had.
But
went
I'm
on to
pretty
win
sure.
2 championships.
But I'm pretty sure they have more than
situation was a
$32
lot
million.
different.
It was way worse than this situation as far as cap room space.
No, I'm pretty sure they have way more than $32 million.
No.
Try to make $32 million spread between.
But that's what I'm saying. If you
8
have
guys.
if you have only 1 player on the roster and you're signing 3 max players, and you have to fill out another 12 players on your roster, that's a way worse situation than the Lakers are in right now. They still have 2 max players, Kyle Kuzma, and room for 1 max player.
I gotta go back and look at.
And the Lakers went to. And the Heat won 2 championships and went to 4. So I'm like, I've seen this before.
Yeah,
It's not the worst.
I gotta go back and look at that situation.
Good. Take your time.
Brooklyn just signed another guy, Garrett Temple from the Clippers.
Good shooter.
2 years, $10 million. Yeah, it is. It is a crazy. I mean, we're only 13 minutes in, and it's just.
It's gonna be $2 billion spent today in the NBA.
It's gonna be a lot of money
Yeah.
moved today.
That's the estimation right now. $2 billion.
But KD, Kyrie not confirmed.
They all said all but confirmed.
I mean, it's all but confirmed at this point.
And if Waj tweeted
It's
it,
a done deal.
Yeah, it's
it's
all
a
but
done
confirmed.
deal.
It's a done deal.
if Waj tweeted it, yeah,
It's Woj, first of all. Put
It's
some respect on
Waj,
his name.
Woj. You call him whatever you
First
want.
of all, if you're gonna sit here and correct me when I said Ava instead of Ava, you gonna get it right.
First of all, how do you get Ava?
AVA. It could be Ava. It could be Ava. I don't know. How you get Woj? Could be Woj.
It could be.
Thank you.
It is
Put some
Woj.
respect on Woj's name. Especially he's the one that gave you the news.
I mean, it's been look. Durant, Kyrie, and DeAndre is huge for us. I told you last week
I
that
like the signing of DeAndre Jordan way more.
No,
than
I do
like
too.
the signing of Kyrie Irving.
No, I do too. Because
love that.
putting Allen and Jordan together in that front court
That's way more valuable.
is huge. 2 7-footers who can defend well.
Can I be honest?
It's gonna lock up that middle.
Can I be honest with y'all? If I'm Brooklyn, right, and I know Kyrie's the bigger name, and I'm looking into the crowd, if y'all can't tell, there's a Nets fan in the crowd. I really just wanted to say this.
No, you about to say some BS.
No, I'm gonna be very fair. I know y'all got Kyrie, and he's the bigger name.
But Knicks are the Lakers.
But I love the fact that y'all got DeAndre, and I would have kept D'Angelo instead of getting Kyrie. I like
Yeah.
D'Angelo long term as a locker room guy and talent way more than I like
We
Kyrie.
agree with you.
Oh, I got some agreements from Nets fans. I'm on the right path.
I agree
it's
with
a
you.
party.
So we can honestly,
Never
for the first time,
And then D'Angelo came and he earned his respect.
Oh,
Kyrie
No,
gonna
I'm not
step
gonna-
on the court thinking he gonna get that.
No,
Nah.
no. D'Angelo did come and earn his respect. If we're being honest, all summer I've been saying I'd rather keep D'Angelo. But the fact that we not are not, and I have no power over whether we keep him or not. I have to accept that we have Kyrie. Can I be mad that we have Kyrie? No, I mean he's
He's a great name.
He's a great name to
He's a
have.
great name.
But
He's a
I'd
great
rather have
Don't you hate
D'Angelo.
the Celtics?
I hate Boston. Let's keep it straight. I hate all teams from Boston. I don't
So
know.
now that Kyrie,
It's a Yankees.
So the minute Kyrie switched, he was back in good grace.
No, what choice do I have though?
Well, Kyrie is
I have
not
no
like
choice.
saying they got Paul. Oh, you did cheer for Paul Pierce when he came. Oh,
I
can't
have
say
no
that.
choice.
Oh,
Like, what do I?
that's
He's
right.
playing for the team that I
That was the
want.
team.
I get
The
that.
whole team got switched.
Like, I have no choice in that.
I get that.
I have to accept. If anything, now I just want to see D'Lo go to a team.
Why
that he
is
can
the
shine.
Nets the recyclable Celtics? Why do all the
That's a good
recyclable
question.
Celtics
Ooh,
come
that
to the
hurt.
Nets?
That does hurt, but that's a good question. It's like we get all the Celtics left over. We don't need these guys anymore. Thanks for your service.
It's like the Celtics are like, let me put some salt in that.
yo, that hurt on a different level.
That is a good question.
Anything else happening in the world?
But wait, before we get off the Nets, I just gotta put one more dagger in the back.
Oh,
I know y'all like to talk about the Knicks and bad signings, but we're not gonna forget that y'all had
y'all suck.
Darren Williams and Joe Johnson.
Nah, we didn't
We're
win.
not gonna forget that, like Nate said, y'all was basically the retired Celtics with Paul Pierce, Kevin Garnett. We're not gonna forget all those bad trades and
The
signings.
Celtics recyclable business.
Just so you know,
Nuts.
Kevin Durant's company already posted he's going to Brooklyn on Instagram.
Yeah, but they might be.
Oh, and another reason why he went to Brooklyn.
Yeah, but they might be. Okay. They might be wrong, right?
Another reason he went to Brooklyn is his doctor's there.
No, he didn't pay big.
Wait, what?
Biggie.
He probably has a good reason.
It's a huge deal because that was one of the
My
reasons.
doctor said.
Yeah, that's the reason why he
didn't work
He
there.
didn't stay in Golden State because
His doctor.
after he got hurt, he went straight to New York. He didn't go back. He didn't go to the Golden State facility. He went straight to New York because his doctor is in Brooklyn. So him staying in Brooklyn and his doctor being a part of that association, he's thinking about his recovery. So it all makes sense.
Okay.
So I'm not mad at him for making
not
that
either.
decision, thinking long term. I'm not mad at it.
I'm just happy. Look, like I said, D'Lo's gonna go. I want him to go to a team he's gonna win.
You know the question is, who's Golden State gonna get?
I'm actually looking forward to seeing
What
how
if
Golden
Kawhi
State's
went to
gonna
the
be
Golden
this
State?
year.
He ain't doing that.
I wouldn't be
Why
mad at
would
it.
Would that discredit
could.
his legacy?
He could.
Why? Cause it's
Why?
only Steph there now.
It is only
Not
Steph.
only Steph.
Did they extend?
Still, you
no.
Clay supposed to
Clay
be.
got
Clay
extended.
supposed
But
to
that's
extend.
not confirmed.
Steph.
It's gonna be like
They got Clay.
They confirmed
Yeah,
it.
most likely
They
they gonna
tweeted
keep
it earlier
Draymond.
today.
Yeah.
It's 5 years, 190.
Yeah, but
That was
Draymond's
actually
not a
confirmed yesterday.
Superstar.
That was easy news.
Clay's not gonna be there, and ain't no telling if he's gonna come back
Why
shooting
would
the way
Kawhi
he's
not
shooting.
go?
You can say the same thing about Durant.
It's a good, I mean,
Why would he
Kawhi,
not?
But
they
I
have
wouldn't
the
be mad
money.
if he did.
I wouldn't be mad if
I wouldn't be mad if he did. It wouldn't be the same terms as KD.
I wouldn't want to see that.
No, I don't think
wanna see
anybody
that.
wants to see it, but I wouldn't be mad about it.
I wouldn't be shocked.
Ooh,
I
you know what
wouldn't
I heard? What if Lakers get Seth Curry and they start
Yeah, you
blowing
just
out,
made that
start
shit
making
up.
some-
So sorry.
Steph Curry is a good player.
He is a good player. He's just not better than his brother.
He needs. I wish-
Actually, they
he's not.
say he's better than his brother, but Steph just makes those crazy shots.
He just made that up.
I don't think he's
not.
even close.
He's not better than
Bruh.
Steph Curry. Steph Curry is a
Steph just got some
MVP.
contact
Bruh,
lenses.
I'm telling you,
He's
that's
like
like
MVP,
y'all two
right?
play ball your whole life, and he just beats him all the time. You know what I'm saying? That's how it was with them growing up.
Yeah, but in the NBA, he ain't close.
I coach because it's probably a better position and more opportunity.
What?
No.
But then the opportunities that he did get, even when it wasn't a lot, Steph was just making crazy shots.
Steph was making people fall too.
He was.
Steph was too. We just don't got a spotlight on him.
Without
Steph
his
was-
contact.
Where was that his whole career? Like, where was it? He was in what, Portland?
He was everywhere.
Yeah,
He was
he-
in the- he was in the
I
NBA.
don't think.
Talk
Wait,
about
did
it.
Steph get drafted?
No, he got. I think he got.
I don't think he got
I don't
drafted.
think
I think he
He
was
was
in
in
the
the
league
league before
Yeah,
Steph,
I think
right?
so.
No.
No,
He was in the league after.
So
He went 2 years
get
after.
busy.
He is not on his brother's
He
level.
was-
You think
was
Steph
good.
got him in the
Not
league?
even close.
Probably.
No. Him playing at Duke got Steph in the league. If you remember his year at Duke, Steph played great, but he's just not good enough to get drafted.
But him going to Duke would had a lot to do with Curry's success too.
He also-
it did
Because they didn't want to miss out on another Curry like they did stuff.
He transferred to
Lightning strike twice in the
Right.
bottom, right?
Yeah, that's exactly what they
I ain't
did.
saying he's a good player. But
Yeah.
he ain't nowhere near
I remember
on
when I
Steph's
was
level.
contemplating going to the league or not,
Uh-uh.
but
Wait, is this before or after you retired from getting
this
cruise?
is
But which retirement? Because he said he retired a couple.
I
Of
retired twice, came back,
Like
and then
Jordan?
retired off somebody else's injury.
He won a 4-5 and put it back up in the Raptors.
Gotcha. Just wanted to
And
make sure.
I was thinking about before all of that, I was
Yeah.
thinking about going,
Mhm.
and nah, I forgot where I was going with this. Go ahead, I'll get back to it.
Yeah, the host.
Yeah, he has to think about his story arc. I got you.
I'll make sure it don't, Anyway.
But big day. Let's take a quick segue away from basketball for a second because we have to let all the news sort of filter. It's only 20 minutes since it started.
I mean, honestly, I feel like it's going to be patchy anyway.
New York, just please get Julius Randle, please.
No, you
man.
feeling patchy.
I
Sad.
just want Julius.
No. It's gonna be patchy because the second day they see another tweet, he's gonna say something. So it's gonna be patchy. It's totally gonna be patchy. Like, but
Who did Knicks get?
Nobody yet.
Oh,
Nobody
okay.
we don't know.
Nobody.
Sad.
I love it. I love the little shit.
See what I'm talking about?
Sad.
The blood in Nets fans is just completely the same. Like, there's no difference.
Wait, of what?
With the blood that flows through Nets fans is completely
I'm not
the
part.
same. Like, it's the same.
All right. So we saw Annabelle last night.
Oh, movies. Okay.
Annabelle.
Well,
I mean, that one
I
is
got
scary.
forced to see.
I didn't force you. First of all, I asked.
Yo.
He would have bought my ticket.
I'm not gonna lie, there was some points in the movie where I was like, oh man, do I want to see this? And
People
I
were
haven't
talking
felt
at
like
the
that in
movie.
a long time.
Yeah.
There was some moments I was like, oh man, yo, something's about to happen. I know something's about to happen, and I still was like, oh man.
Like you know it's coming.
Yeah, I know it's coming. Like you said, with the music thing. Like they have the
Mhm.
music playing, but you know it's about to happen. Usually scary movies, I'd be like, oh, it's about to happen.
Right.
Oh, there you go.
Right.
Now it was like, yo.
It's
And,
a setup.
and you know what gets me the most? Because that's like based off a true story.
It's
The
supposed
first
to be.
one was, I think.
Yeah.
I think the second was more storytelling, but you know, a person who actually kind of believes in some of that stuff,
Mhm.
it gets kind of scary for me.
They actually showed the actual real doll in the movie. Most people don't know that. Like the actual Annabelle doll is just a Raggedy Ann doll. Like it doesn't look like her in
Like,
the
why would
movie.
they use the real?
They don't use a real doll. They just got a Raggedy Ann. I
Oh,
hope they don't
okay.
use the
I was
real
about to
doll.
say.
I don't know what actor is crazy enough to actually do that.
Like, yo, I'll quit.
For sure.
But a good movie. I mean, did you think it was scary?
I've seen scarier. I'll be
I got
honest.
another
And I'm a
question. What
chicken,
y'all
so that says a lot.
Yeah.
But
I mean, you did close your eyes a couple of times. I had to get you to open.
I didn't close them. I just didn't look at the
You turned
screen.
your whole head.
She was eating with her. She was eating her popcorn with her head
She put her head in the popcorn.
I just didn't look, like.
I heard somebody go, "Eh." I said, what the heck?
See, I didn't close my eyes. I just wasn't looking at the
Yeah,
screen.
you just gotta angle your eyes slightly down, and you're fine. Like.
What you think about it?
I didn't think it was scary at all.
There was no moments it was like, oh man.
Nah.
Like,
I'm dead serious. I was disappointed. I was sitting there looking at her laughing. I'm
I
like,
didn't think it was scary,
It wasn't-
but it was some points it was like, oh, okay.
it was so much more dull than I thought it was gonna be.
Really?
Yeah.
I thought it was really effective.
I wasn't. I
And
felt
he
like
was the main one talking about, I didn't want to watch scary movie or something like that.
I didn't say that.
Was
I didn't say
It
that at all.
was most likely me.
It was probably good.
Yeah,
Question.
that was funny.
What do y'all remember in the movie where it was just like they did something? You was like, oh, come on.
The whole movie.
The fog.
The whole movie. Every time they went to the
I don't
ghost,
get
I'm
the
like,
fog.
why are you
I
going
didn't get
towards
that.
the demon? The
Okay,
whole
no.
movie.
Okay, no.
But we
Wait,
talked about
we
that.
talked about it. So in Annabelle, the
I know,
the
they
whole
had to
purpose
get
of
the doll, I know.
the purpose was to put her back in the box.
Yeah.
They had to go to the demon. Like the only way to
No,
get
but
past
that's
it
like-
is to take the
That's
doll.
like the girl
put it
going
back.
down to see if there's a spirit in the room and something go
That's
on.
just her being dumb. But
And
that's
then
like,
exactly.
But it was her being dumb because she
But
was.
she wanted to go
needed
touch
closure.
everything that moved.
But she needed.
But
closure.
beyond her, right? Because she was dumb.
She was dumb.
Why would you follow coins like
Yeah.
you're an animal following
Oh, I
food?
thought you were
And
talking
then-
about the friend.
No.
And then
Okay.
you see the you see the coins on the person and it drops.
And she
you
waited.
gotta go pick it up.
Here's it.
Yeah,
Okay, no.
what you wanna do?
I'm
Box
gonna
it?
explain it to you right now because I turned them on during the movie and I go, man, they put too much pressure on babysitters in these horror movies. Like,
She had a lot of.
what choice did she have?
Yeah.
Ditch the kid and be like, I'm done with this.
Yeah.
Like, if there's, she knows
I
the
would have
job.
read about it in the
No.
newspaper.
Like, she
No,
knew the
she
job
must
she was
have been
getting
getting
in.
pretty. She must have been getting paid pretty doggone good.
I mean,
No.
Buying her
granted,
stuff,
no.
baking her
Ain't not
cake.
enough money in the world. I'm gonna tell you that right
I mean, to
now.
be fair, those eggs cost 45 cents. We were also talking about
We were
that.
talking about the
Her
eggs.
total
Like
came out to
But she was in
$3.30
high
three
school.
something.
She was in high
How
school.
much?
Yeah.
She was trying to take her places and buy stuff.
No, but Granny, you was right. Like, she knew what her babies, like, the parents did, and
Yeah.
she still
She
babysat
knew.
the child. So it's like, yeah, she knew what she was getting into.
That's my thing.
Yeah.
But at the same, yeah, I don't know.
Oh, you need a
But
piece
that's
to
why I got
BMW?
tight. I'm like, yo, why is there so much fog? Like,
Okay.
that's so extra.
I agree with you. Can we go to
See you
okay?
guys.
Make sure you put the roof back up.
Yeah.
So you know, okay. So I really wanted to point out the scene that actually did creep me out, and that was in the beginning of
But
the.
I thought you said it.
No, it wasn't scary. But the creepy part,
Creepy is scary.
it's not the same thing. I wasn't. Oh my God! No,
Creepy
Sha-
is
no,
even
scared. Scared is what
Creepy
Shantae
is-
was doing.
Look,
My aunt
Creepy
Shantae had
is
her hair like this the
nasty.
whole time.
or scary.
No, creepy for me is like you anticipating something. You're like, oh, whoa, what's about to happen?
Not scared.
That's
I'm
not
talking
me
about,
being
Yeah,
scared.
but it had you captivated.
Okay, that's why I said creepy.
That's what I meant.
Okay, so I was
Yeah.
captivated by this
It was
one moment,
scary.
right? So it was the moment at the cemetery
Oh, yeah.
when she was having a conversation with the demon first of all, and then out of nowhere when he closed the hood
So I didn't
and
see
you
that
seen you you wasn't there for it,
Yeah, he messed that
and
up.
you seen all the ghosts. Well, first she seen him in the cemetery,
Mm.
and then she seen him behind him, and then then they pushed him into the middle of the road.
Yeah.
That was the creepiest part.
But did she talk or was the person they just talking?
She did. She said you
talked.
got into an accident.
Oh, yeah.
He was just in an accident.
Yeah.
And she was like, I'm so cold. And I'm like, yo, she's gonna turn around and she's gonna be right
I mean, I didn't
there.
see the people pushing because I didn't look at the screen.
No,
But
What I heard.
I'm gonna tell you, my favorite part of the movie, honestly, was the part with the coins. Because what I was telling Kayla when watching the movie, I said, you remember when she tucked the girl into bed and then she saw the doll
Uh-huh.
and then she just like she didn't do anything. The reason was the babysitter didn't know what the doll looks like.
Right, she didn't know
She's
that.
never been in that room. She doesn't know what Annabelle is, so she didn't assume that doll was evil. So then when she goes downstairs, her first encounter with the spirit is with the ferryman, with the coins.
Yeah.
So when she's looking down and she sees the coin, and then they do that shot where you hear her voice trembling, you know what I mean? Her breath trembling, and then the camera pans up and then we see the two coins floating. As an audience member, you're like, oh crap, what's that in front of her? And then she starts to like coins fall. that's the most effective horror storytelling probably this year so far. It hasn't come out. There hasn't been many horror movies yet. They're coming later on in the year.
Maybe I'm gonna watch
But
it.
so far
I'm gonna
this
watch
year,
it again in the theater because I
it's
really
most
wasn't
effective.
affected by any of those demon moments in the
No,
house.
not that they can be scary, but we're talking about most effective as
In
far
what
as
way?
horror is concerned.
I think one thing we were talking about that too. I think before was what freaked me out sometimes is the sound. Like it's very simple, but the time where the little girl was in the room, right, and she saw the bride in the other room, and
The
she started
footsteps?
running. The
The
footsteps
footsteps
be
was-
kind of heavy, and
I
that's
agree.
just weird.
And mind
to
you, we
me.
saw it in
I
IMAX,
agree
so
with
the
that.
theater's like it's like
Yeah.
boom, boom,
The
boom,
sound,
boom,
yeah,
boom.
the sound was effective in the IMAX.
Yeah.
I gotta agree with that.
So-
when they were
Like-
knocking on the door, do.
Yeah.
Like, oh man.
Yeah, I agree.
So those like footsteps, those running footsteps, like. I mean,
Right, so there are effective ways to scare you, though you may not be scared. Like horror movies rarely scare me nowadays, but it can still be effective. You know what I mean?
That's what I felt like this was.
Well, when you say effective, I'm just trying to understand like what was I supposed to feel? Because even with the heavy footsteps, I thought it was great, but I thought it was great because I knew it would scare the person next to me.
Any point
Right, that's what I'm saying. You know how it's effective?
so you would cause
Look,
comedy.
look how
It was more funny, honestly. It was way more
look how
just funny for me.
Shantae reacted, and that's how you know it's effective. You know what I
Okay.
mean?
So it was
for
effective
people
then.
who watch horror movies all the time, I watch horror movies all the time. It rarely scares me, rarely. So when you see someone like Shantae who's talking to the screen, she's like, oh no, don't do it, don't.
She's trying to psych herself out of not looking at the screen. Said, no, he's not gonna pop out. He's not gonna pop out. He ain't gonna jump on him right now. I'm not gonna see that.
Or she's like talking to the character. She's like, "Don't do that."
How would you do that?
Right.
I was doing the same thing. I was having a
I was
conversation
like,
too.
come on.
No.
She wasn't the only one
Come
doing
on.
that.
I was like, white people don't even do that. Come on.
First of all, the boyfriend got me pissed off because
Now he did what was right.
No.
He did exactly what was right. He
He-
ran away.
no,
I
he did.
like how-
But when he hit the goat, when he hit the
Yeah.
wolf with the guitar,
He
and
should've
did
went
not
inside.
run in the house.
No, you're right. He should have went inside.
What are you doing, bro? You watched the ghost form and then ran the other way.
How did he
Why
outrun
would you do
the
that?
How did he outrun the ghost, get in the chicken coop without the ghost noticing where he went and getting him?
Movies.
Yeah.
That's what I said. Movie
Okay,
magic.
so can we talk about another effective moment?
Movie magic.
No, I'm gonna say that.
He hit a ghost with a guitar.
Yeah.
How you hit a ghost?
It's sort of you
Good
gotta
question.
watch the movie, really.
I think it was more so the images was to scare them, not really kill them.
Right.
Because just like the girl,
She got
she
stabbed.
stabbed her, but she
Yeah.
didn't really hurt her.
Right, because she possessed him. If the werewolf thing would have got him, it would have possessed him to be that. You know what I mean? So it's like a werewolf ghost sort of thing.
Yeah, because even when she played the film, remember the girl? She played the film of the parent doing the exorcism, and she got affected. just
Another
by-
effective moment. Using a small tool like the father doing an exorcism on camera of a different demon, they use for the actual demon.
Yeah, that's what.
Because the ritual is what has the power. It's not the
Exactly.
actual physical person being there.
Effective though.
I want. Okay, so staying on the lines of being effective. Another effective moment in the movie that I felt, I guess by your definition of being creeped out, was when the bride first appeared, and she was outside at first, and she was kind of like floating around,
Oh, knocking stuff off.
and then
Yeah.
she
And
and
it's
then
like
she
you
came
know-
in the mirror,
It's like you know she was gonna pass by.
Yo.
And then when she actually does like, and then
And then she
that
comes
last
in the
moment,
room?
she just
yo, and then she
Yo.
starts running, and then that's when you hear the
Yeah, that's
footsteps.
when
that
Yeah.
that right there.
That was
oh.
effective.
I mean, I wouldn't know what she looks like because I didn't look at the screen. So,
Indiana's gonna be tough this year.
uh,
So Malcolm Brogdon just signed with the Indiana Pacers.
Oh man.
Indiana's gonna be tough. I told you, Indiana's gonna be tough.
see, magic.
Who wants
Yeah.
to live in Indiana?
You pay me $40 million, I'll do it.
I was
I travel back and
Shoot.
forth.
I'll be the most countryest person you ever see in your life. That's good for Indiana though.
We should have don't they Chappelle live in? No, that's Ohio.
Yeah, he's from Ohio. He's from Ohio. But yeah, I mean, I thought the movie was effective.
The movie was good. It was good.
There's another horror movie coming out next week, Midsummer, which I'm really looking forward to.
Midsummer's gonna be good too.
That looks great.
And in August they have what's that movie that we were talking about? The movie about the stories and the kids.
Oh,
That-
it's like telling stories in the dark or something
Yeah,
like
something
that.
like that. That movie looks really good. I seen the previews before this movie came on. It looks good.
Yeah, that does look good.
Any more new movies you ain't seen yet?
Well, Spider-Man comes out oddly because
Tuesday?
it comes out Tuesday, which is an odd time for movies to come out. But they're doing it for the holidays.
Oh, you off this week?
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Wow, I got work
Because
Tuesday
of July
night,
4th,
but
they
the rest of
want
the
to
week
sort
I'm
of get
off.
that extra
Yeah,
money.
watch that.
So I mean,
Sir.
it's I'm looking forward to that.
I can't wait.
Chucky, I saw.
Chucky was so.
Man, Chucky
Was good. I don't think it was good for the legacy, but I think it was a good movie.
right. There's something there that should not be called Child's Play. Like if it's not called Child's Play, there's a movie there that could be fun.
Yeah, the doll shouldn't be the
But
Chucky.
like there's a lot of wrong with the movie.
The movie should have been. He should have been dressed different and called Buddy.
I hated the way he looked. He looked like he had Botox. I hated the
That's
way he
what
looked.
that someone said they look like he had Botox.
He had Botox. He had a facelift. I hated the whole.
Yeah, he looking like Nicki Minaj.
He said he looked like a. They said they looked like he looked like a Republican. I was like,
He looked like a rock.
We love Nicki Minaj. Go Nicki. I'm not trying to get attacked by the balls.
No, you not.
but like I see it when I
Nicki?
say the Republican
Mr.
thing.
Cardi.
I never said I didn't like Nicki.
Who can you do?
Call it.
We're not doing it. We're not.
We're not doing it way
Yeah.
back that far now.
First episode of Talk Cafe.
6ix9ine for sure not gonna see this interview. He for sure not gonna see this interview. He don't get Wi-Fi. His just.
We're not starting that at all. What was
Just
the
say.
other movies that came? Oh, you said you didn't like Godzilla, right?
Where you rank Meg?
Oh yeah, Godzilla's awful.
Godzilla was nice.
You
know,
I liked it.
Godzilla was awful.
Godzilla was
I thought the script was bad,
This is the hottest right now. Yeah.
and I know maybe that doesn't matter to certain people, but I mean,
She got a whole summer named after.
yeah, I mean, the whole script was bad.
I mean, I would have been mad if the mother of survived.
Yeah, for those who haven't seen the movie.
Okay. Well,
Y'all having a side
We were-
conversation.
I was about to
about
say.
movies.
But that's good you didn't hear what I just said.
Okay.
Let's finish the movies.
Yes, we'll finish the movies because we were about to have a bring something to the conversation, but we'll do it after the movie segment.
Yeah.
A topic that.
Are we going back to this Cardi B King Leon?
No.
Okay, good.
It's similar,
I'm
but
bringing 6ix9ine back. But yeah, we're talking about
the
Godzilla.
justice system can't even bring 6ix9ine.
The penal system.
Does it get it?
Y'all want to put that out?
You can if you want, yeah.
You want to share like the seat right here? or something?
make this into a
What's
bench.
that right here?
Move over a little bit, bro. Can we come back and make it a bench?
Yeah.
That's good. You don't gotta take the whole thing. You move down.
You know.
Move this shit down. So you can get this bench.
Get my What's in my
Make sure. You put the roof up?
Yeah,
Alright, cool.
Can't leave the drop top.
Now we got the shot here. We got the shot here. Got my sister.
Hey, and this is perfect because we about to get
Adding
into
the
a
show
segment.
course.
We need another
IG.
opinion on it.
Hit her up.
So, alright, what was y'all side conversation?
We were talking about. No, you introduce it.
All right. So recently, I didn't even know nothing about Megan Thee Stallion until y'all brought her up, right? And I looked her up, and I was like, yo, she's fire. And the fact that I was a big 3-6 fan, I see that she's taking on the spirit of that movement and making it into her own. And also, I love the energy that she brings and everything, and how she does what she does. I had her a real threat at being the top of the game. And then I started thinking about when we was talking about Cardi and how Nicki Minaj is really better than her. But Cardi is hot right now. And I asked him, was Meg hotter? And he said Meg was hotter. And I was like, I don't think she's at the point right now where she could take number one.
Man, who's that?
Meg Thee Stallion.
Oh, okay.
But I think Cardi's still hot. But then I was brought up the topic of, the City Girls right now. City Girls still on their run. I still hear a lot of girls talking about, yo, yes, I'm gonna have a City Girl summer and all that stuff.
I hear
I hear that.
I'm not gonna lie, I don't hear that either, but honestly, I only
See,
know
I'm
one
in the
City
hood
Girl
though.
song.
I'm in the hood though.
I
Right,
actually
but-
been seeing some stuff about that on
I-
social media.
I only see
City-
one
I
song.
didn't know what
I only
that
know
was
one.
about, but I
Oh,
saw
they
that.
still going off that one song?
No, they got 4 or 5 songs.
Oh, I don't know.
And they got the new song with Megan Thee Stallion too.
I mean, good for them.
I mean, I don't hear city girl summer. I hear hot. I'm a hot girl. I hear I'm a hot girl summer. I hear that. I don't hear city girl summer.
I hear city girls.
So are we like?
I see them making
or-
more- No, he's saying who's hotter right now, and I'm saying I see more people making fun of the city girls, especially not the one that's in jail, the other one, the one that they said they can't talk.
Oh, the one that's pregnant.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. I see them making fun of her all the time about how she talk.
Yeah.
I don't really see her like
Yeah, she shared her
being
accent
better
is
than Meg.
Crazy.
Meg got a whole movement behind her, son.
I mean,
I think Meg is playing it right. Meg is branding herself really well.
yeah, she's good. She's just making.
Her whole
good
team is a
moves.
solid. The whole team, man.
But are we
She
are,
keeping
are we
it
asking
camping.
who's hotter right now, just as far as like who has the best music out right now?
I would just say not even relevancy, because I think you can put bigger names on there. Just I think who has the most attention on them right now.
I think I could easily rank an easy top 3 out of who you just said, like no problem.
Cardi
It's
definitely has
probably-
the most.
As in who's hotter, like and being honest about it. I
Who's
would
up
say
and kind hotter?
Megan's last on the
Meg.
list. Whatever
compared to
that.
City Girls?
It goes Cardi, Megan. So Cardi, City Girls, Megan.
I would switch. I would say Cardi, Megan, City Girls.
I don't even see how
I
City
hear-
Girls is relevant at this point. I don't even have their
If they're
whole-
just on the list of people that we're ranking, that's all. That's all I'm saying. I don't even think they should be 3.
But not
Yeah,
to
I don't
mention
even think they're in the
City
top
Girls-
3.
City Girls made it hot, even hotter. Well, really, Cardi did. Cardi and City Girls made it even hotter for Meg to come out like that on some like stripper stuff.
No way.
I don't know.
No way. City
I
Girls
was doing it like that before.
Nicki.
Nicki wasn't doing it like Cardi though.
Huh? Let's get in the show here, please.
I'm a big Nicki fan, so I
Me
have
too.
nothing to say about
Come correct.
I'm Barb.
You a Bob now? You
Bob number one.
betraying Beyonce?
Bro, we just had this
Oh,
whole.
Beyonce is queen.
We just had this whole
Thank you.
discussion about.
He announced Bay.
That's what I'm trying to find out.
Oh no! If I had to choose,
Disloyal
I'm
son of
Beehive
a-
number 384. Don't get that misconstrued. I drop bombs real quick.
Can we from now on just introduce Nathan as a barb on the show?
Yeah.
Beehive.
No.
Nah, I don't know. You just said
You're
I'm
confused.
a
I
barb.
think that's
Can we
what-
can we make that a drop? Like just that I'm a barb.
I mean, I don't know, like, cause when I listen to City Girl, I only have kind of like one song on my phone.
Acting Up is the only song.
Act Up is the
Yeah.
only song I
and
know.
then I kind of play the first verse.
20 seconds
Yeah,
and then you're like, I'm
and then
done.
I skip it.
And that's it.
What
You
is
don't
it?
even know the words.
I don't be on them like that. I just watch the girls dance to it. I don't care about
No,
the
that's
song.
that's why I put
Yeah.
City Girl second, is because you see them all over social media more than you see Megan Thee
That's
Stallion
not
songs.
even true.
You know what I mean?
That's
And
so
it's just
not
the
true,
one,
bro.
and they're just doing all the
Because
stuff
they're,
with one
they're
song.
bigger names. I'm telling you.
City
A lot
Girls
of
is
people
not a
don't
bigger
know.
name
A
than
lot of
They-
people don't
they-
even
they
know
make-
who
they-
Meg is right now.
I think
Huh?
Megan may last
Yes,
longer.
bro.
I think Megan may last longer. But right now, if we're talking summertime 2019, City Girls.
No, that's not even true. If you go on social media right now and you look for people who's talking about the summertime, the girls are not talking about city girls. They're saying hot girl summer. That's the popular thing for girls.
I do like Hot Girl Summer is fun the most I've seen.
And that's not a city girl thing. That's a Meg Thee Stallion thing.
For sure.
She made that since last year.
Right.
So it's like,
I'm-
Who's a hotter artist right now? Meg Thee Stallion or the Baby?
Meg Thee
What?
Stallion. What you talking about?
I'm actually.
Oh my
No, I'm
God.
actually going
Two.
opposite on that. It's the baby. The baby's a hotter.
I'm
artist.
the
Don't
you
right.
gonna say that, man.
The Baby is the hotter artist.
He's an
We're
eight.
gonna have to do
He's
some
he's
research.
he's a hotter artist
Huh?
than Meg, for sure, for sure.
Then
Right
Meg
now.
Thee Stallion.
For sure, right now, yes.
Where is this
You
recognition coming
really
from?
underestimate how big he is right now.
I think he's overrated by how you're the class that you're putting him in.
Well, I'm not putting him in any class. I'm just saying.
No, he's saying he's up there with Meg, and I'm saying what movement has he had compared to Meg? Meg's movement has been like no other this year. Like
She-
no other. And you can put anybody in
Have
that
you seen
category.
the beginning of the year for the baby? It was really good. It
Have you
was.
seen what Meg has done since spring and on? Who's had a bigger
Bro,
impact?
I don't know. There's a reason Sugar's still in the top 10.
I'm
There's
not-
a reason.
All I'm saying is, as far as a movement, because we talking about hot,
I'm talking
right?
about a movement. I'm talking movement.
What movement is he on? City Girls has had a bigger movement than the Baby, in my opinion.
Oh shoot, Lil Nas is still number
I
one.
know, right? I was just checking that. It's still crazy.
That's crazy.
No, you really need to listen to Baby and pay attention.
I'm just asking for the movement. Where's the movement?
What movement? What do you want me to say? Like,
What
as
movement
far as
does he
social,
have? Because
social media,
Nicki, when she
or
came out,
music,
she had the balls.
So you can't. You
So you're
have
going
to
on
have a
fan bases.
movement just to
Yeah,
have it.
that's what you have to go.
You
for.
want to go fan bases?
So what do we consider hot though? Because the baby really only has one song that's popping, and that's Sugar.
Wow.
What song
Bro,
other
but
than
that lets you
Sugar?
know you
Really
don't
gonna
listen
need
to
to
him like
listen to
that.
more
I'm not talking about. Wait. See, we're going off of what you're personally listening to. I'm
No.
going off of what
what's
what I see on
commercial?
social media
Bro,
all the time.
I can name you right now.
rarely
Off,
see it
off,
compared
off
to
of
Meg.
singles alone, there's Suge, there's Baby on Baby, there's Pony, there's Babysit. Like he has so many songs.
But
out
what
right
gets
now.
played the most?
All of them.
You gotta okay. So when we
Suge
talk,
gets played the most, but all of them get played a lot.
when you're seeing memes, when you're seeing people post all kinds of funny stuff on there, I don't see no other song but Suge being played in the
Are we
background.
really about to go for memes?
Okay, so when we're talking about hot, are we talking about commercial success or are we talking about
No, that's
relevancy
the,
with the fans?
that's the hard part. How do you grade high?
Because we're eliminating him and we're putting bigger artists up there. That's the case.
Who?
What are you talking about?
I- I-
Everybody else that
I
does
always
bigger
said-
than
I,
I-
us.
I actually want to know who. What other bigger artists had a like? I'm genuinely thinking about all the music I've listened to since January.
If you want me to just,
Who's come out?
I'm gonna
that
just.
sort of
This is
been
how we
like,
can dispel that right there. I'm gonna just go
Poppin'
off the
and-
top of my head.
and
Lizzo and Lil Nas X, right there. Boom.
Okay,
Just off the top of my head without even having to look
You,
at
you
anything.
know how I feel about Lizzo's Juice.
Just saying. Just
That song of the
and I'm
summer.
not even thinking
that song
about
of the
it.
summer.
That's just off the top.
Alright.
I didn't even research
But Lil Nas X for sure. Those are two.
It's
But
your two right there that you
but I
just
didn't
named.
compare them to the baby. They're higher for sure.
it. Right.
No one's top Lil Nas X still. He's still number one, right? Still number one.
But if you
For how long?
for a while. But if you eliminate commercial success,
16
you would
weeks.
have to say the baby is higher than the both. If you eliminate commercial success. But that's what I'm saying. What are we grading this on? Because if we're not going commercial success, I see more movement by the fans with Meg Thee Stallion than I do with the baby.
But are we grading them by fans?
That's what I'm
I
asking.
feel
What
like
are
our
we
best
grading it
bet
on?
at this point is probably to see who we see more longevity with. Because if we're gonna talk current, we can't like have much support on it. So who do we see more longevity with?
Unfortunately, I'm gonna keep it a buck.
It's not
The baby. And I'm gonna tell you why. You wouldn't know because you know what the industry's gonna do? What's the industry gonna do that they do to every female rapper? I'm sorry, every woman rapper that has come through the game. What do they do all the time? They compare and make them compete until there's one.
That's not fair because there's a
Until
whole
there's one.
plethora of male artists that have come and gone. Where's Fetty Wap?
Agreed. But who do they? But in an industry that's so dominated by male, where there are very few women in the industry, the few that are there, they make them compete.
Yeah, but when you're
And
at
then
the,
some, like I like Nicki a lot, but let's keep it a buck. She's had a very rough 2 or 3 years.
that's fine.
music-wise.
But Nicki is Nicki though. She's at that plateau.
Right,
And
and
when
then
you're
you start
at that
looking at
plateau,
everybody, you start looking at
you
all
don't
the
get
other
weeded out.
artists who are coming through. Why do you think people like who can actually? No offense to Nicki, because I think Nicki can actually rap. But you get artists like Rhapsody, you get artists like No Name who are actually like spitting bars who don't get any recognition. Why do you think that is?
Because the commercial success of their songs.
So someone like Megan is gonna come through, do great. Debut album's gonna be. Is this her debut album? The one that just came out?
Yeah.
Yes.
But no, this is not technically an album. It's
Nah, Megan's
Listen
gonna,
now.
Megan's gonna do good. 'Cause
She's gonna do it, but
the South is riding with her.
But if we talking longevity, do
industry
you
is
think
riding
do you
well.
think Baby's gonna last longer? Or do you think Megan's gonna last longer?
I think they both gonna have a good career.
I think Meg.
I'm
Good,
being
no,
honest
good,
with you.
good career is.
No, I'm
is
saying I
subjective,
think they
but
both
who's
gonna.
last
I think
longer?
they both gonna last.
Yo, I'm gonna be real with you.
Because I think the baby's playing everything right. Like he's
He has
playing
been.
everything.
That's
right.
the impressive part. He's been playing everything right.
I don't want to come off like this, but I'm gonna be real. And I've heard his music, and I'm trying to be as real as possible. Not many of them sound different.
That was my argument.
No, for sure.
They don't sound bad.
Similar.
They
Right,
just
they
sound-
do.
And it kind of falls in the same line with 6ix9ine early on. It kind of sounded kind
But
of the
that's
same.
most artists nowadays. They don't
That's
diversify
not
their
true.
sound.
Whoa, that's not
Name another artist. Go ahead.
That's like what's that artist?
I don't want to
We talking
obscure
about-
artists.
We talking about young.
Blueface. All his rap
All
stuff.
blue, all Blueface stuff.
Yo, I don't want to
Yeah,
include.
he's hot.
Yeah, I don't want to include
Y'all
Blueface
just say
in nothing when it comes
Blueface
to
is
music.
me.
Oh,
Why y'all even said his
I don't
name?
even
Who
want
was
to.
you
Hold on.
listening to last night?
Who?
That was talking
I
about
don't
some
know.
white joint, son.
Oh no, that was Zach Fox. That's something else.
Oh
That-
my
that's
God!
alternative
Y'all
rap.
said, y'all said R.I.P. Betty White.
No, but you look at
She
someone
about
like
to die anyway.
someone like Blueface, someone like Tyga, someone like when they find their formula, they're not gonna deviate. It's
But
what makes them their money.
It's different from finding a formula to how you making a song than your songs sonically sounding the same.
You want to know
They
why? You know why?
sound the same.
You want to know why Blueface said it on IG
But
recently.
Blueface is
Listen,
that's
listen.
so different. Though.
Blueface said on IG recently. A fan asked him, "Why all your music sound the same?" Because he said it's easy.
Same thing 6ix9ine said.
It'll be like that for a lot of these artists.
But
It's easy.
there's artists that actually put out music that people consider mumble rap that actually put out good songs. Lil Uzi Vert puts out great music.
When was the last time Lil Uzi Vert put out an album?
That's not the argument. The argument is does his
I'm arguing that.
No, the argument is does he put out music that sounds the same?
No.
Thank you.
That's what makes him a good artist for sure. But when's the last time he put out a body of work?
But, okay. It's been a while, but that's
been a
not
while.
the debate. The debate is not
But
who's put out music in a while.
His beats are different. His hooks is different. Of course, he's gonna rap the same.
I'm not talking about rapping the same. The beats sound the same with Baby.
No,
Everything sounds the same. All the music sounds the same. The same drum kits, the same everything. And when I hear one song, it's like it sounds like an extension of the same song.
I disagree. I disagree. I
That's
do.
fine. I mean,
you gotta
that's
listen.
why we got
I
opinions.
do-
But
I
I don't
do
see how
disagree.
it sounds different.
Um,
No diversity in that.
but as I said, I just want to say again, Lizzo still has a song in the summer.
I'm with Dene on that.
Thank you.
I am. I'm with Dene on that. I think
If it had more exposure, but still got sugar.
What?
Right
Juice
now.
is huge.
Sugar's on top.
Juice is fire.
If you don't dance when Juice come on, you're not a human being. I'm sorry. I don't know
We
what
don't
you
dance with sugar. Come on, you're not a human.
You absolutely right. Sugar's dope too.
I have no idea what y'all talking about.
We gotta get you. We gotta get you a playlist. Don't worry.
We'll play the song after.
Yeah, we gotta get you a
We don't
playlist.
want to get copyrighted, but
What did you guys think of Lil Nas X album?
Now that's an artist that has diversity. Who does not
For
sound
sure,
the same.
he does not sound the same. Old Country Road does not sound like anything else on the album,
Nothing.
which is great.
which I'm glad.
It's
But
great.
I was hoping you wouldn't do that.
But he's extremely
Yeah,
different.
but that's probably just his bait song for everybody listening to everything else.
I mean, that's true. On iTunes, they classify it as country. Some songs are considered alternative.
Yeah, because they sonically sound like other genres. So
Right.
he's a different example than new artist because he clearly is trying to be different. Like it's not even close to sounding the same.
It's not, which I give him credit for. I mean, you talking about a kid who made his career off of making memes for most of his
As a
career,
troll, yeah.
and then came and switched to doing hip hop, which is impressive.
Mm-hmm.
And it be good. I mean, 12 weeks at number one.
Let me know anybody do it.
That's insane.
12 weeks. 12 weeks. That's 3 months. 3 months at number one is really impressive for a kid who is just making memes.
That country music fan base is insane.
If we're gonna give credit to 6ix9ine, we gotta give credit to Lil Nas.
Straight at him. I'm looking straight at him.
His face was blowed up.
Straight at him.
Bruh.
Well, hopefully
Can't wait for the
6ix9ine.
new 6ix9ine coming.
You're gonna wait about 20 years, 20,
You
25.
better write him in jail.
No. He cut them down, baby. He cut them down. He gonna be out by next year.
It's gonna be them phone call verses that rappers give when they in jail.
He gonna rap over the phone like in that
Yep.
oh, what's that freestyle on Life of Pablo?
What freestyle? I know Wayne did a freestyle for
I'm
Drake
fine.
back in the day
Hold
when
on.
he was in jail.
I'm gonna find
Over the
it.
phone.
I don't want to sound like a hater with this, but this is like really how I feel. I don't know how, and I know a lot of people like this song. I Don't Care, the Ed Sheeran and Justin Bieber. I don't know how that's still number 5. I feel like it should
The
be
Silver
lower.
Surfer freestyle.
It's all corporate marketing. They're doing it themselves.
Low key,
It's all
probably. I wouldn't be
paying
surprised.
people.
But I don't think it
They
should
all
be
work
number
together.
5 at all.
Wait, what song?
If you own the billboards and the company wanted to give you $20 million to keep that right there, what you gonna do?
You gonna keep it right there. We ain't gonna move it.
That song isn't that.
I also have never heard that song, so
Okay.
I don't know what
I've
it is.
accidentally heard a snippet of it because it just came on my playlist, but not on my playlist, but on like new music for title, but it's trash.
Someone sent it to me and tried to tell me it was the song of the summer, and I was like, no.
You
People
like
be
that
trying
song?
to claim song
I've
of the
never
summer.
heard that song.
It is juice.
Truly McCoy.
Everybody
I love it.
should
It's
stop.
beautiful. It's like it should not be number 5.
It should stop. People should stop. It's juice. We've established this already.
I
There's
don't
no
know
s-
what's up though.
Yeah, I love her
What is
performance.
I just got put on her, and I do love that song that he's talking about.
So there's no competition. That's probably the best rendition I've heard.
I'm pretty well versed.
What is everyone else looking forward to this summer?
That's a good question.
I'm looking forward to the Knicks playing the Pelicans first game in the summer league.
I mean, my Christmas has come early already.
I'm looking forward to getting this money.
Okay, can you be more elaborative than that? Like,
Okay.
Unless it's
I'm
illegal.
looking forward to getting these coins.
I mean, if it's illegal, you can.
yeah.
If it's not illegal,
Or
I don't know.
Any movies? Any music?
I
Lion
feel
King
like,
coming out
yeah, I
on
feel
the
like I always say
Lion
Lion
King.
King. I feel like this is
That's
most
gonna be lit.
people
Can't wait for that.
are saying that.
I'm not
I
gonna.
can't wait to finally get a freaking editor that I can use to start this freaking eating YouTube channel. Cause I got like 5 videos.
So why don't you just edit them?
Yeah.
I don't have an editor.
Do it yourself.
Yeah.
Self-teach
I did it
yourself.
myself.
Look at that.
YouTube.
Mm-hmm.
I self-taught myself. It ain't hard.
They have apps on your phone that you can edit stuff on.
I do edit apps. So I do edit videos on my
Yeah, but I
phone.
don't think the quality would be good on my phone.
Oh wait. You know why?
No, my phone is great quality.
He does have an Android guy. I forgot.
Hold on. I got.
He has an Android.
Hold on. I got a Note 9. Don't play me like I got a
His
phone
videos
when you
out here
turn it
looking
on.
like Super
I
Mario
ain't got one
2.
of them
I
Androids when you turn it
apologize.
on and go droid. I ain't got one of them droids. I ain't got that. I got a Note 9. Alright?
So you should be able to edit them. It should be easy.
Yeah, but
Your phone should do 4K. It should.
it does focus.
So then you good.
Well, no.
Have you ever edited anything on your phone? Like
Yes.
that? Prove it. I'm playing.
The one who does film, you challenge out of everybody. But
Well, when I use my phone after the whole editing processing and then uploading it, the quality is like way bad than when it started.
Where are
Yeah,
you putting
but-
it on? Like what social media?
YouTube.
Yeah, YouTube compresses a lot.
Yeah. That's what I
Crazy.
use.
So what do I do?
But your footage can still be good. I mean, there's really no workaround. That's
Is
YouTube.
it better if I made it on my phone, transfer it to my laptop, then put it on YouTube?
YouTube's still gonna compress it.
Yeah.
So what do? I don't make it
You
4K.
do nothing because it's YouTube.
Nah, but people videos be coming out clear.
They do. I mean, there are settings that you can do to make it clear.
But
You
they
just
have
have to
like
learn.
high-tech cameras, like high-tech, like HD.
No, but that's my phone has really
Like
good
see
camera.
skin cells on camera.
Yeah,
Kinda
some of
like,
them be real clear.
Sure.
They be real
They be
clear.
real clear.
I seen a ghost on one of my cameras.
okay.
Oh nah, you keep that over there.
That must be an Android.
Nah, I ain't never seen no ghost on mine.
Yo,
There
I
ain't
see
no
the
Android feature.
I see the old video where I was trying to play Android. The girl put the tape on the phone. Like, there you go, got an Android. Like, yo, playing. Apple, y'all ain't nothing but some sheep. Everybody wanna copy everybody, get the same phone. All y'all do is copy our features, but then downplay what we got.
I guess.
We just make it better.
Yeah, we should make it better.
So
That's all it is.
it's not about who's first, it's about who finishes.
Sheep.
So y'all want to finish touching on the movies, or y'all want to?
I mean, there's really. I've seen.
I'm excited to see it in September.
Toy Story was beautiful.
I still have to see.
I
Toy
see
Story.
it. I didn't see it.
I almost cried again.
I didn't see it.
Again?
Really?
And they play, yes.
Oh.
And they played my favorite song
Yeah.
at the beginning. I was happy about that.
Oh, 3, man.
Go back.
I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah,
Three got to me.
You gotta see.
I might have to refresh on 2.
3.
I don't even remember. I don't
Huh?
Oh, you
remember.
talking about John Wick?
No.
No, Toy Story.
Toy Story.
Oh yeah, you got. What's wrong with you?
Nah, I didn't see 3, but I know I seen 2, but I don't remember.
Yeah, 3 is gonna get you.
Oh, 3 is gonna get you, man.
Matter of fact, since we're talking about that, let me ask you.
Oh yeah.
Serious?
Because
Wait, hold on.
he still hasn't seen it yet. I know he hasn't.
I know you know the
I know
question,
you
but I
haven't
want
seen
to
it.
ask it.
And the
No,
answer is no.
Of course not.
Haven't seen what?
Winter Soldier.
Winter Soldier.
How? Bro, you literally gave me a list of movies of like 200 movies to watch, and you haven't watched that one?
Yeah.
His like explanation
Oh,
for it is
my God.
always like non-existent.
I
No
know because
reason.
I mean I saw it through the TV
But that's
show.
what
I never.
out of all the
But you
Marvel
watch
films, that's
movies
one of
all
the
day.
best. You
Word.
have to see it. It's
Right.
one of the best.
But I feel like I've seen that movie before,
No,
and the other
you
movies
ha-
I'm watching are very different than Winter Soldier. To be fair. They're super
You have to.
artsy
That's a
sometimes.
pivotal part of the Marvel first 10 years.
You have to see that. You
You
have
know
to.
what? I'm gonna put it on my list.
You
You
have
You
to
said
see
that 3 weeks in a row.
Yeah, exactly. That's it.
You put it on the absolute.
How many lists you got?
Did I put it on my list? I may have.
Look at that list. It's literally like 250 movies on
Mad
it.
check marks.
All of them got check marks.
It's real.
Okay,
But
yeah, I
when
didn't
you-
put it on my list.
But when you watch
I'm gonna do it now.
when you watch it, you cannot be biased because we're forcing you to. You'll be like,
The thing is, I'm gonna
Die.
watch the movie knowing like, oh, all this other stuff already happened. So.
well, I mean, there's nothing you can do about that now.
Yeah, I guess.
Yeah,
All right,
we
I'm
gotta go
watching.
see
I'm
that
watching.
Spider-Man.
Captain America.
Yeah, that come out on the 2nd.
That comes out on Tuesday.
Mind you.
Spider-Man, Spider-Verse is on Netflix now. If y'all haven't seen it,
That is a good movie.
that's in my
Spider
top
what?
3. Into the Spider-Verse.
Into the
the animated
Spider-Verse?
one?
I haven't seen it. I heard it was really, really good.
Oh, that's in my top 3.
Watch.
That one
I didn't watch it because I didn't think it was good.
Nah, you gotta
It
watch
won
it.
an
It
Oscar
was,
for a
it was
reason.
good.
That is my favorite
For a reason.
Spider-Man movie so
It was
far.
good.
It's the first Black Spider-Man was a cartoon.
Well, he's half black, half Spanish.
Yeah, he's not Spanish.
No, he black.
Oh.
I'll take that from him.
For the record, he's putting it at the bottom of the list.
No, this is the most recent stuff. The most recent stuff.
Right?
God.
So you're gonna say, oh, I watched all this, I just didn't get to this yet.
Yeah.
No,
That's on my list.
it's the most recent stuff. That's why. Everything else has been watched.
Just making sure.
Well, most stuff has been watched. I still gotta watch
I see
Suspiria. I gotta see High Life, Robin Hood.
Robin Hood, you could just put a 1-star right into that.
Yeah, there are a
That's
couple
the
movies.
recent one that just
Yeah.
came out. Yeah, it was bad like that.
Yeah.
The one that Kayla wanted to see.
That was the one
I
with Jamie
thought it
Foxx.
was-
Yeah.
Oh, you just took the bag.
He just got the money.
That would look terrible.
That movie.
But it's on the list, alright? It's on the list.
We'll
We're gonna check back next week to see if there's a check mark next to that.
It will be. There
We'll
will
see.
be. I promise. I promise.
We'll have an update in like 3
We gonna ask Ariane too. You don't just put it up there to put it
You
up
know
there.
what? I'll watch it on my flight to Italy.
Okay.
I'll
Sounds
watch it
good.
on my. I got 13 hours in the air. I'm trapped. I ain't got nothing else
Sounds
to do.
good. Sounds good.
I got nothing else to do.
He just wanted to rub in the fact that he's flying to Italy.
What? No.
Wait, you going to Italy?
Oh my
Nah.
Wait a minute. Tell us all about it, please.
Oh, my pleasure. So this is what yes, I am going to Italy. So I won't be here to do the show. So you guys shouldn't miss me too much.
Maybe you could do
We're
it
used to it. We're used to it.
Oh, brother.
We've been here.
I'm always here in spirit. Okay, always here in
It's
spirit.
been
Well,
like,
you can always call in.
I'm 6 hours ahead.
I'm going to Italy.
So
You ain't hearing from
get
me.
6 hours behind callers.
No,
Yeah.
I'm gonna be in bed when y'all doing this.
You don't sleep in Italy.
Yes, you do. You think they're just up all 24 hours a day?
When I'm in vacation, I'm vacating.
Oh, I'm not on vacation. I'm
He's
working.
working.
Yeah, I'm working.
But if you don't treat that like a
Work makes you
vacation,
travel.
Yeah.
Oh wow, that's pretty.
And they
cool.
pay me, so that's good.
I keep telling him, put me on the payroll as a bodyguard or assistant. Let me do. I'll carry all the bags. I carry the lights. I work for cheap. I just want flight and food. I make it work from there.
Someone's paying me. This isn't my set. I'm going to help someone else.
I'm trying to help too.
Don't travel in the overhead. Just
Tell me you got budget. I got a
Like,
bag
sir,
that
the
fit me.
door isn't closed.
Why
You
isn't
just
it
see
closed?
Nathan
You
trying
see
to
his face right there?
scoot it. So sadly, yes, I'm missing Lion King with you guys, but
Wait, why are you missing? I thought we seen it Thursday midnight.
I leave at 5 p.m.
Why you gotta be the only one?
I'm sorry.
We've been planning this since the
I know.
beginning.
Come on. I'm sorry.
Since last year, we had it planned out. We was like, oh, we're gonna sneak in oxtails and Jamaican food.
Word.
Like we had it all planned.
Now we
Oh,
talking.
y'all doing all that?
Yeah.
Hold on.
Hold up. When y'all going to see Lion King?
Now we talking.
When's the first
I'm
night?
in.
It's a Thursday
the-
night.
Make me feel like I'm eating a lot.
18.
18.
If y'all go to 125th on
Oh,
Harlem,
man.
they will not care. They'll smell the oxtails and they'll, that's good food, and they'll just let it go. I promise you.
Nah, I would get a big you just put it in your book bag.
I'm sneaking food all the
A
time.
guy brought in a cooler. They do not care.
Tell them that story. You bought in an umbrella too?
Yeah, he brought in like a beach umbrella and like a cooler. And I remember,
Imagine seeing that in the
That's
theater.
crazy.
mind
He's
you,
just on the average.
umbrella. For what? I don't know. Mind you, me and Ariana sitting there eating our Popeyes because we brought in Popeyes. We're eating Popeyes, watching the movie, and you just hear him digging in the ice to pull out a drink. But
I'd have been like, yo, you got it for sale? What's good?
The thing is, you can't be mad because he had to get past
What
security
you get
with it.
first of all, we're not gonna skate past the fact that y'all had Popeyes.
Yeah.
What y'all ordered from Popeyes?
Well, we just got a couple pieces of chicken and mostly shrimp. It was like a sale for like
You
$2.
gotta have that shrimp right when it come out though.
I had
It was
Popeyes when I
popping-
saw Black
popping out.
Panther.
Yeah. Did we?
You
Well, I
did? Was I with y'all?
Did we see Black Panther?
I
together?
seen Black Panther 3 times.
We seen it the
I saw
first
8
night.
$8.
I'm like, yo, y'all had Popeyes? I didn't tell
I
me.
don't remember.
You was with us the first night?
I don't know.
We seen it in Douglaston, I think.
We did.
No, I wasn't there.
Oh.
I was supposed to go with y'all. I didn't.
But yeah.
Because I never been to I never been to
Yeah, rest in peace to Douglaston.
Fact.
Oh, it don't exist no more?
Nah, they shut it down.
Don't play Douglas.
Sounds like I had roaches.
Nah, that Douglaston was.
It was a good
It was
price movie
great,
theater, and it was.
It was like a upgrade from Main Street.
Yeah.
Main
Good
Street
pricing.
is horrible.
Main Street is so bad.
Main Street is hard. I could feel all the sweat and mold in the seats.
That's disgusting.
The screens was like the size of our TV.
It was. Those screens were small.
So,
Those screens were.
I saw the tickets was
absolutely
$5.
horrendous. $5 tickets though?
Tiny.
Yeah, every single like
No,
a regular
every
day.
time I got the nachos, they were all stale.
Oh my
Low-key.
god, man. Last time I went with y'all, it was me, you, and Hansel.
Yeah.
It was so bad.
We
It was
went
so
back
I
and got
never
the nachos again. It was stale. It's the same taste. I was thinking like maybe before it was like a hit and miss. Like maybe like you just had a bad day. Ah.
Let me go back.
You know what's funny?
You can't have them
You know what's funny? like we was talking to one of the owners there, right? I guess Hanson met him before and we was talking. And we was talking, and I didn't know he was the owner. I said, yo, y'all know I can get y'all away but the same price if we go to AMC? I was like, yo, next time we go to AMC and Alejandro, he like, yo, yeah, why you ain't tell us? We would have been live and the owner's right there. I was like, yo, I was like, yo, what's up, bro? I didn't get your name. He was like, I was like, damn.
Triggered.
And then he went to go grab something, and that's when they told me. I was like, hey, tell me what I was saying it. But if he felt like he wanted to poke his chest out, I'd have been looking dead in his eyes and said, facts.
Okay. He'd be like,
He'd be like, security. Anyway, I say all of that to say this. You don't have to worry about me going to Main Street anymore.
For sure.
I think he made
Stop
this
the
one
time
time just for you. There's Hobbs and Shaw. Where
Yes,
we gotta see that in 4D.
we have to go in
Have to see
I
it
haven't
4D.
experienced that yet.
Yeah. We
Oh,
Are
have
you
friends.
going to be here for that?
Perfect.
When does Hobbs and Shaw come out?
August.
I'll be here. I get back the 29th.
Well, when it come out?
August 2nd or something.
Oh yeah, we in there first night 4D. In the city, we in
It's
there.
gonna be so much fun.
We're trying to get production on it too.
Yeah,
Well,
we
what?
for sure gotta bring
Oh,
them
no,
on.
They
production's
have no
coming.
choice. They have
Production's
no choice.
coming.
Production's coming.
Oh
I
yeah.
mean, we got to be on them tickets, though. We got to be on them.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah,
tickets
so-
already went on sale, but they.
But
I
for
didn't see
4D, I
4D.
think you gotta go to the actual.
I'll be in Greece.
Even with the thing?
Huh?
I'll be in Greece.
No. Even with the thing?
If you don't want to pay full price.
There's no 4D in AMC. 4D is Regal.
Yeah.
Oh, that's the problem.
Yeah, you gotta pay for it. But you get the discount.
How
I
much
get the
is-
discount.
How much is it, like 23, 24?
Well, with the discount, how much was it?
Well, it's the regular price, so it's like $9, but then we have to go there and pay like a surcharge. But the surcharge is like $4.
So it's not expensive.
It's not a lot.
That's
That's not
Yeah,
a
it's
lot
not
at
a lot.
all.
oh. Oh.
4D, we in there.
Because the original price for 4D is
Nah,
like
New York
$35.
price.
Yeah, it's like
Yeah.
it's
Yeah.
Like
crazy.
a regular price is like, you could
I paid
sometimes
like
pay like
$5 to get
17, 18 bucks.
In
for
North
one
Carolina,
ticket.
it's super cheap.
Yeah, North Carolina. Oh, New York is expensive.
I remember I seen a movie out there for like $10. I got popcorn and a ticket, and I was good. For $10.
Yeah.
New York is ridiculous.
Yeah, New York is too much, bro.
That's why you get an AMC pass. And then
Damn.
Just use that.
A-list subscribers.
VIP.
That
I remember we were online yesterday at the theater, and me and Kayla got on the line, and Auntie was like, "Is this the round?" I'm like, "You good? You with VIPs? You with us?"
Because there's like two separate lines. There's like the
VIP
premier
access.
stubs, and there's the regular line, and the premier stub line is usually shorter.
Yeah.
So she was like, "Can I be honest? I don't have." And it was
The
like,
regular line
"You're
was
with
long.
us."
It was like, "You with us?"
You with us.
VIP. Don't worry about it.
Yeah, I racked up some points, right?
For sure, I took.
Kayla took
Well,
Auntie's
I
points,
took her points.
which is cool. She can have.
I like how they give you. It's not hard to get rewards from them. Like they easily give you like $5 every. Like, when you
Yeah,
get
as long as
something
you
like that.
spend money, they'll keep giving you.
Yeah, for sure.
I spent a lot of money.
Yeah, I mean, and every time I go on the premiere line, I just feel the eyes.
Question.
Eyes just stare.
I seen a deal on there for $10. You get the tenders and the drink. Is it the same portion tenders?
I'm sure. They give you a lot of
How much
time.
is a drink?
They do.
'Cause I want to know if that's an actual deal or they just put two things together.
Well, if it's for $10, it's a deal. Because separately they'll be expensive. Because a drink by itself is like what, $5-6 by itself.
Well, that's because you get the large.
Well, even a medium. It's not. See, the discrepancies is like 50 cents. It's not like $1. New York is ridiculous.
Yeah, New York is. But that's a perfect segue because I want to bring back what we were talking about earlier about the Pride Parade, and I wanted to ask Joe how
Here we go.
what you did and like
Here we
how
go.
you
I love the
Hold
Pride
on, let's-
Parade.
Wait, was this
God.
your first experience at the New York Pride Parade? Like, does North
Yes.
Carolina have one?
Yes, North Carolina does have one. I've gone like 3 times to the North Carolina one. New York was amazing. I love everyone just like expressing themselves. The tall, beautiful women. I'm gonna call them women because they're dressed like women, so that's what they're gonna be for today.
What?
They're
You look closely.
gorgeous.
Wait, did you guys? So you guys didn't go all the way down to Stonewall?
No.
No. That would have been an all-day process.
Yeah, I definitely just want to go represent, support, and be a part. And then I was ready to leave. Like, I'm ready to go. Like, so many people.
I hear you.
But it was
It was
amazing. I saw some
great.
fierce characters, and I loved it. I took pictures. Amazing, amazing.
And Nathan
started
was
to
your
get
photographer.
Yes, Nathan
Her
is my
personal
beautiful photographer. Yes, when we go on trips, he will be my photographer.
It got real.
It did. And I'm not afraid to take pictures, so I will lay on steps. I will stand. I'll wave a flag. I'll do what I ready to do. So it was great. I loved it.
That's awesome.
That's dope.
So Jackie went with you guys too. Did she enjoy it too?
Yeah.
She got there a little late, and it was hard to find her because there's so many people. But yeah, I think she enjoyed herself.
She seemed like she did when we asked her earlier.
She said she almost got put on a float.
Ooh.
That would have been.
That would have been
That
good.
would've cool.
That would have been good. You guys should have tried to get on the float.
I would have walked
I-
the parade.
I'm not.
I
Yo, I always knew.
So we
I'll be
are,
on there like.
No.
just so we are clear, we're gonna do a little education. You know, one of the A's in LGBTQIAA stands for ally.
I didn't hear that.
Oh, there are like 12 letters.
They've extended it now. It's not just
It's a whole
LGBTQ.
alphabet.
It's like they've extended it so much now.
You know, one of them is
Like
ally.
I said,
You could have just been on
I'm
the float
for the movement.
as an
I'm
ally.
not in the movement.
As an ally.
I'm not. No. I'm not. Ally. Whoa.
You pulled that flag out fast. You said, "Tied it up."
Whoa. So y'all trying to say something wrong with that?
No.
If you're an ally, I support it.
Who said that? You said that. I didn't even know what that was.
Do you know what an ally means?
I don't need to know.
It just means
I think you do.
support them. That's it.
You do.
So you
All
don't?
it is. Yes, I am an ally.
You an ally?
Yeah.
No.
What your color's at?
I don't know. Well, actually, I wore my shirt the other day. Remember when I took the photo shoot?
Well, today's the day.
Boom.
I've literally heard like 3 people say this is the one day I can use to be naked outside.
Really?
At least they're honest.
In New York City, that's actually not a thing. I've seen many people walk around. When we did the
When
photo
we
shoot.
did the when we
Cause
went outside to take
It's legal
pictures.
to walk around naked as long as you have your nipples covered.
No, they did not. They did not have their nipples covered.
Well, they painted though.
No, I've seen many women walk around 14th Street just topless.
I seen it. 42nd.
It's New York and they don't care.
New York.
They do not care.
And they trying to take pictures with the tourists, and they be with their husbands. It'd be weird.
It does get awkward.
It gets strange.
Especially when you have kids walking around on
Look, we
42nd
seen this girl.
Street.
We seen this girl. She was giving out like free hugs, right?
Yeah.
I thought that was so
on
dirty.
14th Street?
I thought it was so dirty.
Just dirty.
Yeah.
That
You know
reminds
what,
me
I
of a
gave her a
pillow
hug.
fight in the city.
I was just about to say, remember when we went to the pillow
The
fight?
pillow fight was lit.
Oh,
It was
man.
lit. I didn't
That was
participate.
dope.
I didn't want to get hit with no pillow. No
Well, they
pillow.
just passed out a whole bunch of
No,
pillows.
everybody brings their pillow.
bring your
They go to
pillow, just hit each
14th
other.
Street, and it's a huge pillow
feathers
fight.
But
everywhere.
isn't that against the law?
No.
Nah,
It's
it's an
actually
actual
an
event.
event.
I know
It's an
somebody
actual
went too far.
You
I didn't
hope
see
not.
Yeah, I'm about to say, you don't want to get.
You hope
You
not.
hope not. That's what
Yeah,
I'm saying.
but so
And then
you've
and
never
then
most part, it's
and
pretty-
then and then you hope somebody don't put something in the pillow.
That's what I'm
That's what I'm
saying.
saying. You hope not.
You
But
hope
for the
not.
most
That's
part,
so crazy.
every time I've gone, it's been pretty.
You never hear anything bad happen at.
We never
at
So you
it.
kind of hope that everybody brings like a real soft pillow, not the hard ones.
Not a-
Yeah.
One of them sturdy pillows you get hit.
I would wear a football helmet.
Oh my god. I mean, you could.
I would wear a football helmet and
Honestly,
start screaming.
that's probably how I would enjoy it. Cause I would be nervous that it's dirty pillows. You just hitting people with dirty linen.
Bed bugs flying.
I'm about to say,
everywhere.
just passing on the bed bug.
Bed bugs like, yeah,
Throw
man,
somebody's
home.
shoes on or something like that. Feel a little wetness when they hit you with the pillow.
Like a week later, how did I get pink eye? What?
How I get a red spot on my back? How?
Like what sucks about this conversation is like when we went, it seemed so wholesome and fun, and now that you guys are talking about all this, it's totally turning me off.
Oh, I would totally still go.
I thought about it then. That's why I didn't participate.
Think about how many people who actually use old pillows that was like dirty or sitting somewhere, because they're not gonna take the one straight from their
Some
bed.
people buy new pillows. I think when we went, we didn't use pillows from here because obviously you don't want to lose the pillow.
Well,
you
so
bought.
yeah, you're gonna ruin them.
Was
so.
it a majority of white people?
Yes.
All these events are majority white. You think a black person was like, you know what we should do? Don't fight in Union Square. Absolutely not.
That's organizing. Come on, you with it? Let's go.
But black people participate.
Yeah, I saw a few.
You know.
Chuck, hold on, go like this. Chuck, what are you doing?
Right now.
I'm just at work. Oh, we about to have this pillow fight, man. You better come on here. I'll be right there. Let me tell my boss.
It only took me like 8 hours to get all those feathers out of my clothes and hair though.
Yeah, but it was a good time. You
It
go,
was.
you do that, you
Someone
go
had
out
some
and
good
eat.
quality. They had feathers.
I mean,
No, it was feathers.
a lot of people just go out and buy a pillow because they're not using pillows from
First of all,
home.
who cleaned that up?
The city. The city.
That's exactly what
Here
I
we go.
did it when we went.
Keeping people employed. That's what I'm talking about.
Right.
You gotta keep them having a job.
Time and a half. I'll take it.
You gotta make sure they have a job.
Yeah, same thing with like New Year's. It's like, who's cleaning us up? The city. I don't
You know what's funny?
I can't name you a specific.
Back in the
agency.
day when I used to be a little bug, it was one time
I like how you
where
said back in the day. when
I
used to be-
dropped something. I dropped like a can on the street, and I was like, I made that joke of at least somebody have a job, and the person that was next to me, they was like, who? And right when they said who, the garbage truck went right around. I was like, no. Oh God.
Well, at least you've changed your ways.
Too bad the pillow fight passed, the water fight passed.
Yeah, with the what?
I
The
choose.
water
I think
fight.
choose my
There's a water
neighborhood.
gun fight too.
If it's a black neighborhood, probably.
Yeah. I don't know what other events are this summer. Oh, we can go see movies on the Intrepid, which is that huge warship on the west side
We
with
need to
all
go
the
to the
airplanes
beach.
on it.
In
We
New
can go to
York.
the beach. Oh no, I used to bartend on that.
Yeah, they do movies on the deck,
Yeah.
which is cool to do that.
It's a real battleship.
It's a real battleship.
It's
It has like an
on,
actual rocket
Like
ship on
West
it too.
41st or 40th Street, or
Right,
something like that.
yeah, it's
Right on the
huge.
water.
Huge.
Oh, and if you guys never, I mean, okay, this is gonna sound very millennial of me, but let's be honest. Most people my age, even younger, like they don't. I'm sure they haven't experienced driving movies. So I'm
Driving
saying,
movies are cool.
It's,
I think
like
they're
the
very
experience.
fun.
it
The
gets
experience
poppin'.
is fun.
You hear me?
Huh?
It gets popping.
Yeah, the movies are good.
Yeah, you get two for like one. It's great.
Honestly, I don't want to be in my car.
Why not?
Why
I don't want to be in my car.
I'm bringing a whole thing of Popeyes and just eating
You
it.
can do that in a
It's
regular
bad fun.
movie. I'd rather sit back, air conditioning.
Your car don't have air?
The echo, the car don't have air
Of course it do.
You
What's
good?
up? I mean, when I
You
drop
drop
it,
top
if it's a nice night, I
That's a
drop
good
the top.
point. He bragged about his drop
No.
top.
Hold on.
Open the roof.
First of all,
Not
Them bugs be crazy out there.
It's a nice night out by the top. And that's well, but I don't want to have the top up or something like that, and I get a bad position where I can see the thing, like, no.
Rich people problems.
Rich people. It sounds like
I'm not rich yet. I'm not rich yet, but I'm on my way.
What's that about?
I don't know what the last part was.
Okay.
Can't wait for that Rick Ross album to drop.
Okay, Rick Ross.
Can't wait for it.
All right, so we're about an hour in now.
Only an hour?
We're
feel like
way
that.
No, since free agency.
Oh, okay.
Since free
Oh,
agency.
you want to give us some last news before we get off?
What we got? I mean, Waj has just been hitting us.
It's Woj.
Waj. Tobias Harris is staying in Philly.
5 years.
5 years, 180.
He got the bag.
He cool.
People bumping, you know.
Okay, so Ramona Shelbourne is announcing why the Knicks wasn't getting KD, and it's not. They weren't willing to give him a full max contract because they were skeptical about his injury.
That's smart.
It is smart. It's very smart.
And then there go Brooklyn following the Knicks, making dumb moves.
You know what?
If
It's gonna
he
work out.
performs like Amari did, they're gonna have the stigmatization now of it being a dead season.
No. We have a
Look,
long hold.
you know what? Look,
So they do. So do they.
Justify how you want tonight.
This is just the best thing that's ever happened to them. That's what ever. Like, I injured KD is the best thing that's ever happened to them. Other than the recycled
I honestly think
Celtic players.
I think a healthy KD would have at least still considered. I think a healthy KD would have considered coming to the Nets.
No,
I think
right.
I think a healthy KD would have considered coming to the Nets, but I do think the Knicks would have been in the running.
Girls do that.
No.
But if it was a healthy KD, they would have gave him the money he wanted.
I mean, that's what I'm saying. The Knicks would have been like in the running,
Yeah.
but I think
look,
he would have given.
On the record, I just want to say KD is a super cupcake.
Okay.
We've heard that the past couple weeks.
Yeah.
Hasn't changed.
Hostess.
So I'm confused by this one. It says Daniel House. Never heard of him.
Never heard of him either.
Never heard of him. But he signed a 3-year, $11 million deal with other Rockets.
It's an $11 million deal. 3 years.
3 years. He
He
only
ain't
get.
nobody.
Yeah, he
I
get.
mean,
Like, he's somebody.
I'm about to say that's like $3 million a year. That's
For somebody I
$3 million
never heard
more
of,
than I
that's a lot of money.
I'll take it.
I'll take it too.
Jeremy Lamb signed with the Pacers.
Yeah, Brogdon's now with
They stacking.
Indiana.
That's a playoff team next year.
They trying. They trying.
They stacking. They're already a playoff team.
I mean, they're not Brooklyn, but they trying.
Yeah, they better.
They trying. Y'all about to hear
See,
a
here we
whole
go.
lot of mess from me.
How
this year.
you comparing them to the Nets?
Well, they only finished a spot above us in the
And they
standings.
was missing their best player.
That's true. That is very true.
Imagine if their best player
Very
was
true.
there.
And we were playing with a bunch of role players and
Oh, okay, I'm done. I'm done. I ain't gonna say no more.
This is why I should
God.
have said.
We try to be fair.
Listen, this is why I should have said all-star first. We had an all-star, superstar.
Here we go.
Ooh.
D'Angelo Russell.
Stop.
We had a superstar and role players.
Drugs.
Because he ain't had
If
nobody
he's
else to
a,
take
if
off,
he,
that's why.
if
Dinwiddie's not an all-star.
Oh.
They're going to let him
Caris
go
LeVert's
for
not
the
an all-star.
superstar.
who you said the all-star?
I said Dinwiddie's not an all-star. Caris LeVert's not an all-star. They're role players. So we had a superstar and role
He
players.
didn't have a super. He's not a superstar.
I don't know where he get that.
Don't you get
Where do you go with a superstar? You just let go like that.
He was barely an all-star.
fact.
So how you jump to
He
all-star? to superstar?
He deserved to be to be voted in. He wasn't voted in.
I didn't
but he
say
deserved to.
I didn't say he didn't deserve to be there, but he wasn't. He got there on an injury, so he
And the
was
man
barely an all-star.
But he's an all-star and he's a superstar.
So Porzingis is a superstar?
no, Porzingis bad.
That's crazy.
And he got voted in. He didn't even get there on the injury. He voted in, but he's not a superstar, man. Come on.
Porzingis is the world's tallest rapist. That's what he is. That's what he is.
That is
Didn't D-Lo have some legal troubles too?
With trying to sneak weed across state lines. That is not the same.
It's not even close to being the same. We ain't
It
comparing.
is not.
But we still saying that. It's crazy.
D-Lo needs to come to the Lakers.
And you know
I'm
what?
back
Now that
on
he's gonna go to
Brown.
LA, he
Get
don't
that
gotta
right,
worry
D-Lo.
about it because he's in a rec state. He can smoke all the weed he wants.
That's a fact. He should come to LA. If I was him,
He's gonna go to LA. He's gonna go.
in a second.
Do you watch basketball on the show?
Oh, for sure.
I do not watch basketball now.
You watch any sport at all?
No.
Gosh.
I tried out for the football team at my school and never watched football at all, like ever.
How did the tryout go?
It was actually good.
What did you try out for?
Wide receiver.
Hey, that was my position.
That's a good position to try
Great
out.
position. Great
That is a
position.
good
Yeah.
position.
And you have the height for it too. You would have killed it.
Yeah, I was pretty fast.
Oh my god, wide receiver.
Not fast.
You know what the funny thing is?
Yeah.
I knew he was gonna say
I knew
that.
it.
I knew he was gonna
I had a
say
feeling.
Yo, I get busy. What are you talking about?
Yo, the man retired twice.
No,
Not once, but twice he retired.
Twice.
That's greatness right
that.
there.
Right.
Sometimes you gotta make smart decisions, Kyrie. Cupcake.
Oh,
we got
man.
more cupcakes in the batch.
I feel like Kyrie could have went anywhere, man. Why would you go there with a broken KD?
You desperate.
Like, at least sign a 1 year somewhere
you know
to try
what?
to shoot for a ring, and then come to KD, see if he's playing right.
I think
doesn't make good decisions.
I think KD is gonna rehab perfectly fine. Aside from KD,
I hope he does.
listen. Aside from
I really
KD,
do.
Kyrie's coming to a team that has
Better than
really
the
good.
Celtics.
That has really good role players, and that, in my opinion, and again, I'm biased because I'm a Nets fan, are better than the Celtics role players.
No.
Now that you're
But
losing
Kyrie
Al
had to
Horford,
start him to go anywhere really he wanted to.
you're absolutely right. He could have went to LA. You know what I mean?
He could have.
But then he would have depleted their money.
What if he went to? I mean, if he really wanted to ring that bad, he would like KD go to Philly.
He could have went to the Clippers.
He could have went to the
And
Clippers.
they could have still signed a max contract.
What
It
if
could
they
have been him and
traded? What if they
Kawhi.
traded Chris Paul?
Him and Kawhi
for-
to the Clippers would have been better.
What if they trade Chris Paul for Kyrie? I don't think that would have worked though. Plus, Chris Paul
Yeah.
got way too much money on his contract.
They're the same player.
Nah,
Chris Paul and Kyrie.
not the
No,
same.
Kyrie and James Harden. They ball dominant.
No. You keep Harden. Yeah. I know that's what you're saying.
Yeah, it would have been an issue. That's why I don't understand why they're trying to get Jimmy Butler, because Jimmy Butler has been a cancer in the locker room for the past
What
2
if he was
seasons.
on a?
Yeah.
Like this. Look at
I think he'd be good on the
roster, man. It's dope.
No,
This roster is. I'm gonna be honest. This roster this year is at least a second, if not.
that's not a second team.
No.
That's
This is
top. That's top.
no. Second round. This is a
Oh,
second
for
round.
sure. No. If Kevin Durant comes back and performs, that's a championship
That's a
contending
whole other
team.
year
Yeah.
we talking about. We
But
talking about this year.
This year, it's the second round team for sure.
No.
This year, without Kevin Durant,
No.
we made it to the first round without Kyrie and DeAndre Jordan.
Oh wait, okay. It depends on your seeding. Because if you finish in the bottom half of the standings, you're not making it.
I think we get 5 or higher.
If you get 5, you're not making it.
Yeah,
I
but
don't
this
know.
game
Without
now, we
KD.
need to.
Yeah,
Because
that's gonna be tough.
Kyrie
We looking
has
at this
yet-
game now.
Yet
To
to
prove
prove
gotta
that
be
he
chip or
can-
nothing.
that's my knock on
Yeah,
it.
they don't want to rank us for
It's
nothing.
chip or nothing.
No, I get that. I think we're 5 and higher.
I would hate for KD to come back and not be the same player, man. I really don't, because he's, 31, 32? He's young.
He's going out as a
hate that.
cupcake.
He's going out as a champion.
Nah,
So let's say free agents that are left. Kawhi's left. Jimmy, Al Horford, D'Angelo, DeMarcus, Julius Randle,
Come on, Julius.
Kevon Looney, Robin Lopez, Patrick Beverly, Danny Green, Marcus Morris, Seth Curry, Justin
Wow.
Holiday, Rondé Hollis Jefferson, who used to be a Brooklyn Net, Kelly Oubre.
Look at Adrian's recent retweet.
Oh, what did he say? Oh, about the Knicks?
Knicks
Oh, yeah.
officials are in Los Angeles tonight, meeting with free agents such as Julius Randle.
Yes.
So we'll see.
Yes. Come on, Julius.
We're only an hour and 25 minutes into the free
I
agency.
really want Julius to come on the Knicks so bad. I wanted him way more than KD this year. Only after post-injury. Post-injury KD, not pre-injury. I was all KD before he got hurt.
Yeah, once he got hurt, it was over.
Yeah, when he got hurt, I'm
Come
like,
on.
God, man, I can't go
I
for
can see
New
it.
York
Yeah,
is what you
it's
like.
great how to see that New Yorkers never change. They will flip on you like that.
Yes, they would.
They will flip. You can be great
What
in
have
one
you
day,
done
and then
lately?
one thing happens. They be like, "We never wanted you." We never said that.
But that's not what we said, though.
New Yorkers never change.
We
man.
clearly prefaced our point by
He
saying,
didn't say that.
I for sure said,
I'm not saying you said it.
Post-injury.
I'm going off of the way y'all talking about him now.
yeah, you can't. It's an Achilles,
Mhm.
bro.
I'm just saying,
Bro, it's an
I'm
Achilles
just
injury.
saying.
But even when we were more on the side of him coming here, like people
y'all
felt like he
loved
was
him. Y'all praised him.
No. When we thought he actually would possibly come here, we was like, at least for a year, he wasn't gonna either play or he wasn't even gonna be the player that he was. So
Yeah, we was always
I don't-
skeptical after the injury.
Right.
it's
He-
not like we were like, oh, we getting KD, he's gonna be the best player, like he was before the injury. He wasn't doing that.
So free agency is trending, and the headline is Knicks fans are the butt of every joke. Free agents.
Of course.
Knicks set themselves up to be the
The
best
question
position
is,
to do anything
why are we
they
not?
want to do.
I've seen the memes. We're always like
I'm about to hop
and
over, y'all.
everything.
They better make some shake. I'm hopping.
Come to Brooklyn.
I'm already a LeBron fan, but I need a home. I need a team.
Okay. Cool.
I'm still here. I might hop to Brooklyn. I don't know. But I can't do it with Kyrie.
Ooh, that's a terrible hop. I would
That is
rather you hop
No,
somewhere.
no,
If you gonna hop somewhere.
The hate.
Why would I step down? Why?
The hate.
Nah.
Wow. You should come to Brooklyn now. You should come to Brooklyn.
That's like telling us.
Brooklyn has nice brunches on Sundays.
They do got nice brunches on
Yo,
Sunday.
really,
what if someone
really.
goes to Brooklyn?
Speaking of which, y'all want to come have tea with me next Sunday?
As long as we not having Team Crumpet talking about the Nets.
You said it's like
We can
$4.
have
You
tea.
said it's like $4 tea, right?
I mean,
It's
it's
$4 tea.
Loose leaf
It's an
tea.
Italian restaurant downtown.
down.
I'm with it.
That's with it. With it?
Do they have cakes?
They do.
I'm with it.
They do. They do. Talk about going to get tea.
Actually,
Oh,
you know what I want to
they're
get?
gonna be here. So I'm like,
I'm
Right
here until
after
the
this.
18th. Don't cancel me before I
Look,
leave.
right
why
after
would
this,
they leave?
I want to make your mouth water. Right after this, I'm gonna go get
Man, you can't come for the
a
parade.
pineapple shortcake.
It was the small silence that did it, but
He paused.
It was that.
It
I'm
caught me
gonna
before it
make your mouth
started.
water.
He caught me way on guard. He caught me on guard. Can't come for the
Oh my
parade.
God!
I'm being serious.
Nah, I'm gonna get a pineapple shortcake slice from that spot that we should have went last night. I got occupied.
Going to the movie?
Yeah, I told you there's one spot that closed at 1 o'clock.
I'm not a huge fan of pineapple.
Strawberry. Carrot.
Those three things don't seem like they go together.
They have a blue. They have a blue.
This
velvet.
coming from the man that eats snails. How?
That's him.
How? I know. That's what I'm talking
Oh,
about.
yeah.
How you got a problem with pineapples, but you don't have a problem with snails?
First of all, it's escargot.
Gotta escargot.
that's true.
Second, snails just taste like mussels. They're good. They're delicious.
I like mussels.
What's the difference with that? How you having no problem with mussels, but you got a problem with pineapples?
Pineapple cake. I like pineapple. But
How you like pineapples and like pineapple cake?
I don't know. I hate soggy bread. I hate soggy bread. Like
But you like soggy critters.
You like
Nasty.
look, all I'm
So
saying
you
is
telling me snails are not soggy?
they are.
But you don't like
Don't
soggy
knock
bread.
it until you try it. Is all I'm saying. Don't knock it till you
He's
try
into
it.
soggy.
If you eat snails, you eat soggy cereal.
I don't eat soggy bread. That is the worst.
Soggy zero.
That
You eat
is
oxtail.
worst.
Both of y'all can't talk about ill. Neither one of y'all.
Yo, the oxtail I had.
Oxtail sound good
It
though.
was cooked by a 3-star Michelin chef, and I said if it's the only time in my life I'm gonna have it, and I was peer pressured into having it as well. It might as well be then. Would I do it again? No.
Gordon
What would
Ramsay
you
can
eat
come
then?
to me and say, "I will pay you $1 million to eat what I prepared for you," and
I'm scraping that plate.
I'm scared.
I'm good.
He could
Out your mind.
he could be like, yo, here's a leaf with
You
a
bugging.
little
We
bit
got-
of meat. I'm
we
eating.
We got the first. We got one of the
Negative.
first open clear lives with Talk Cafe. You scraping that?
I'm not
You
eating
are.
that.
You scrape? You are.
I
For
promise.
$1 million.
I'm not eating no animal's tongue for $1
For
million.
$1 million.
No.
You bugging.
My soul has been sold.
No.
I ain't
You
gonna
hear
lie,
me?
yo. For
I'm
$1
not.
million.
So wait.
I'm gobbling
Yo,
that
So
tuck
let-
there,
so
yo.
let me
Give
go
some hot
further down the
sauce,
list.
Give some ketchup.
I'm glad y'all said that.
I don't need none of that.
I'm so glad
Go
y'all
on.
said that because I want to continue going down the
I would
list of
eat
things.
it raw.
So let's go ox tongue. Let's go deer penis. Let's continue
See,
going.
now, see, you
No,
got-
no,
you
no.
got-
I
said that.
No,
Hey,
no, because it's a delicacy.
from here
Hey,
to here.
I
keep
said
going.
that. I'm
Keep
gobbling
going.
that.
No,
keep going.
no, it's a delicacy.
I'll tell you when I stop.
I know.
Keep going.
We can lower the price for him. $100,000.
What you want me to do for 100K?
What?
What?
10,000?
Ox tongue 8. What's poppin'? Deer peanuts. 8.
He said peanuts.
Sure they say
He didn't say
peanuts.
peanuts.
For sure they say
I
peanuts.
was playing on the word from last time.
Oh.
But it didn't. That
It
video didn't come out
it
yet.
Right.
didn't,
So
it didn't.
What about you?
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure they say peanuts.
So,
Yeah, definitely.
dear penis,
Look, everything you listed,
100K. That's
honestly,
100K is changing my life.
not 100K for the meal though. For the
For,
meal.
for the
For
meal,
the meal,
I'm
I'm
sorry.
definitely for the
No
meal.
way.
I'll eat 3.
Would.
all I'm saying
You
is,
can't do it.
don't knock it till you try it. You might like it.
For $1 million, I eat a human.
You might like it.
Oh.
Turn it into Tyrone
Yes.
Biggins, put a little hot sauce on it, it'll be good.
Jeffrey Dahmer.
So now we have our scale. We have our scale. I'm all the way to the extreme of never. And then we have Nate, who eat a literal
Yo,
human being.
let me know
The
where
lowest scale.
when $1 million. Let me get it.
Cool. Cool. All right.
50K.
There's nothing that he won't eat for $1 million.
Okay.
Nah. This stuff. I ain't
Oh,
saying
no,
there's
we
nothing.
ain't. Oh, no. Wait.
Like,
Hold on.
Hold
No.
up. As long as it doesn't poison me.
Bro, you just said you're going
Or-
to eat a human being.
I mean, I'm just saying. I'm just
What's
giving an
worse than that?
example. If
Come on.
let's just say it was
Hello,
a
back.
filet mignon human being,
What?
and it was in a contest, and it was like, yo, $1 million for it. Y'all not taking a stab at that?
No. I just said I'm not eating oxtail. You asking the wrong person.
You're not getting oxtail.
I mean ox tongue.
oxtail.
It's not the same as oxtail. You about to
It
compare
is
the
the
two?
same.
No,
It's
it
just
is
your
not.
mind is not.
Would you eat oxtail right now?
Yes.
But you just said you wouldn't eat oxtail.
I would. What?
You said if I had to eat it again,
For
I
$1
wouldn't.
million, yes.
No, before that.
Come on,
you
you
said I
tell me
I
wouldn't eat
wouldn't
it
order
again.
it or anything. No.
That
Right,
looks
But
delicious.
for $1 million, I
Looks
will. But I
fancy.
would. So it's the same thing with
It's
dish
just-
penis.
it's
I
just
wouldn't
meat.
eat
That's
dish
all
penis
it
right
is.
now.
But that's
I'm
what I'm saying. You can't
vegetarian.
compare oxtails to
Got
ox
you.
tongue. Because
I get why you won't eat it.
Yeah.
If you eat in the tail, you might as well eat the penis.
Okay, so let me get this straight. Let me get this straight.
I like to see where the
Let me
logic
get this
is.
straight. Yo. So because I'm not even gonna try to break that down. You gotta do that. You gotta break that down. Break that down. Don't laugh. Don't try to laugh it off.
It's the same theory of, you know how people say it tastes like chicken to everything, right?
I've never seen nobody say
So,
penis tastes like chicken.
When you, what tastes like chicken?
Talking about the penis, right? I've never seen nobody say penis tastes like chicken.
Right.
This whole conversation is just like drifting to the wrong.
The moral of the story is,
Is what?
give me $1 million, I'm taking it down. You hear me?
Still not working.
And it does not feel right with this right here
Still
saying
not.
that.
Ooh,
But
You said a lot of things with that flag there. Don't take it down. Don't
I'm
take it
taking that
down.
down for $1 million. And I know for a fact all of y'all would if it was real.
I don't know if my
Gotcha.
mind is just not right now. Like my gut, it's in the gutter at this point, so it's just every word is just not working for me.
Yeah, it's.
But
We got your truth.
Hold on.
We got your truth.
Would you
what I would.
eat ox tongue for $1 million?
Yeah.
Would you eat?
You're the only one that's gonna say yes to what you're about to ask.
he's like, what would I say no to?
Would you eat duck brain?
Yeah.
That's interesting.
Maybe.
It's another level of fluff, bro.
I got you. There, you gotta have high class taste.
But like
Yeah,
how
you
much?
gotta-
You know?
Yeah, is it just a bite?
So that's how you label it, high class.
High class.
Would you eat a raw duck?
How much?
Wait, raw
$1
duck?
million, a raw duck.
A
Just
whole
straight
raw
biting
duck.
that motherfucker.
No, absolutely not.
No.
Absolutely not.
No.
Stop tearing that thing up.
What?
man.
No.
I'm
He was waiting
tearing
for that
duck
one
up.
thing.
Like a
You say no
living
to.
duck. You know, you go on YouTube. There's actually like, you know how people do like eating shows.
Yeah.
There's like eating show. It's a delicacy to
Yeah,
eat
you
something
got your
alive,
first.
like while it's still living. Like you take a bite of it while
They
it's still
show
living.
that on.
Yes.
Why would you search that?
I didn't search it. You know when you just look at like.
No.
I would
That
not
never
search.
comes up.
Okay, first of all, I would not search something like that.
Why? That would never come up on my timeline.
It does come up, like when you if
You
you're
ever
watching,
seen something
no
like
like
that?
mukbangs and you look up like it's like you'll see like it's
No.
like eating
Explain
shows.
it again. Explain it again.
So it's like, okay, let's
Oh,
say
listen.
you're on YouTube and you're looking at eating shows. There'll be like different, like when you scroll down like recommended, you'll see like random stuff pop
No,
up.
explain what the videos you're talking about.
And then there's like people that eat. It's a delicacy to eat things like while they're still living, like a living like octopus.
I've seen that.
Oh, I've seen
I've
that.
seen that.
I've seen
I've seen that.
I've seen
That's a
octopus.
thing.
Yeah.
Exactly.
I've seen that.
The thing,
Yeah.
I couldn't
That's
eat octopus live.
horrible.
I've eaten octopus grilled, but live.
They got
Yeah.
a sauce.
While
that you-
it's still alive.
no. They got a sauce that you put it on, and it like
It's
starts
moving.
jerking.
I see.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I can't have
It's-
anything
yo.
fight me while I'm trying to.
I'm
eat.
Yeah.
bet
That's
you Peter
kinda
does not
weird.
like that.
Ooh.
Peter don't like a lot of things.
Yeah, I seen
I
that.
like Peter bread.
Like imagine being
That's
eaten
not-
alive. Like that's crazy.
I like Peter bread.
Yeah.
Yo, I seen a video
Peter
where
got ice cream?
they had live crabs on a plate, and the girl was just picking up the live crab. You seen that? And she was just eating it.
It was oriented, right?
Yeah.
Seen
And
that.
it was
Did
alive.
you see the one where the girl, she was eating an octopus?
I
She
seen
had it
that.
on her face.
Yeah.
And it was just- it was-
stuck to her
yeah.
face.
Ooh.
And she had to peel it off and she was bleeding.
Yo,
Never,
Oh
bro.
my god.
I can't do that. I can't eat live things.
For $1 million, I would definitely do it.
Man.
We still
If someone said $4 million eat this live octopus, knowing that other people have done it, I'd probably think about it. I probably think for $4 million.
That's money to change your life.
That is money
It's
to
like,
change your life.
Why not take that sacrifice? People have been slaves, getting killed.
For you to eat
Try to run
octopus
and
and
to change
crabs
your life.
No.
Why not take that, be that sacrifice and change yours and your family lives?
Negative.
I kind of
Nah,
want
baby.
to. I kind of want to just kind of end it here because like this is getting out of hand.
How'd you
We
get your
talking
riches,
about-
Dad? I ate
We
bull
did.
penis.
I ate a lot of crap for y'all.
We ate a live human.
I ate human
I
filet
took,
mignon.
I took down some big ones for y'all. Okay?
Jeez.
Oh,
Goodness gracious.
I meant like big, like big, like
Mhm.
No, we got you.
yeah.
We on the same page.
You know, like big.
Yeah, big.
Mhm.
You know.
No, I know. I know. So yeah,
So yeah, I think that's a good
Oh, the Knicks got Julius Randle. We're not gonna get off here without saying that. We got Julius Randle.
They really got him?
Yeah.
Poor him.
That's my guy.
score.
Let's go.
Yeah.
Okay, and who else we're getting? That's the question.
It just started today. It's a lot of time that has to
There's
go
a lot
by.
of time left.
One leg is off. One leg is off.
Give us some time. We're gonna get there.
Yeah, let's hope you guys get there.
Let's hope KD's good. I'm not gonna get started. The podcast almost over.
No, we're not gonna do
The Nets
that.
fans know how to pull you back
Yeah,
in.
come
on.
I didn't say anything.
Yeah, I know how
I
to
said
do it.
y'all gonna get
Y'all
there.
not gonna get me.
I said y'all gonna get there. That's what I said. That's all I said.
We gonna get there. I'm gonna leave it there because you know if we don't like it's just not going. It's gonna be never ending. So
Hold on. We didn't finish something.
what?
What's your favorite cakes?
Lemon.
Double chocolate.
Yeah, triple chocolate.
Yeah. I don't like chocolate really in anything
What's your
else.
favorite
except for
cakes?
double chocolate.
I would say red velvet, but that's practically.
They got a blue velvet. They got a
Right.
blue
It's
velvet.
pretty much chocolate.
Blue velvet.
It's
What's
pretty
your
much
favorite
chocolate.
cake? Just regular chocolate. No double, no triple, no five layers.
That's better.
German chocolate.
What you?
Just
Yeah, I'm
So
still.
that's-
Yeah. Ho. Before you say something, because I'm still waiting on my German chocolate cake.
Uh-oh.
I'm still waiting on
Uh-oh,
it.
we got
It's
beef in the
been
studio.
months.
Production is slacking over
It's
here.
been months. I'm still waiting on my
Yeah,
German
we
chocolate
gonna
cake.
have
Budget.
I'm glad you said something.
In my defense, okay, I'm a one-man production team.
See what happened was.
Oh.
So what happened was, I got you, bro. I got you.
I got to
What
speak
about
to your
yours?
grandmother about my lemon cake. Too.
Mine's is anything.
You getting one, I'm getting
flavorful.
one. I gotta talk to her too. I need my lemon.
Mine's is anything flavorful because I'm a fat kid at heart. I really haven't had a cake that I ran into that I did not like. But if I had to pick one, it would be a strawberry pineapple shortcake.
That sounds good. Very specific.
You like what you like. That's what's up. What's the feeling? I'm not.
It's strawberry and pineapple. Strawberry and pineapple.
What about you, Nichelle? What's your favorite?
Favorite cake, just like vanilla, pretty
Wait.
basic.
Wait.
When it comes
Vanilla?
to cake.
No frosting.
Or red
no.
velvet, yeah, or red velvet.
Okay, 2 red velvets in the house.
Yeah. But blue velvet sounds interesting.
I never had that.
I've seen it the other day.
It's just colored chocolate cake.
like I said.
Yeah, no,
That's why I was like, should I say chocolate? 'Cause, like I like red velvet, but it's just dyed. Right?
It's a different
I don't
Just
know.
letting y'all
It
know.
is different
It's
though.
an
But it
option
just-
when
yeah,
you
it
go.
feels
Just let me
different.
know.
Is it true they used what was it, beetles or something like that to for the dye for the cake for that cake?
Oh,
They use beetles on like makeup,
real
but I don't know
beetles?
about cake.
So I think
He's bugged
to
on a
get
lot of things.
for a lot of things for color. If we
Like
dance
real
here.
life
Oh, I
beetles.
should know this.
Yeah.
She said real life beetle.
Y'all talking about not wanting
Yeah,
to
that's
eat
what
like
I heard
snails
about
and
it.
stuff, so
You know.
you may already be eating snails.
It's a lot. Wait.
He didn't say he ain't even human, so it
Right.
it don't make a difference.
$4
$4 million. $4 million.
It don't make a
Eating
difference.
products with animals in it is a lot different than eating them alive.
Mm,
a lot different.
well, the snail is dead. I didn't eat the snail alive.
But he still has his whole body though,
No, he has a shell.
and he's inside.
And he's my real.
Oh,
With a little pesto
So
sauce.
if I go out there in the yard and
You
get
said it
that
like it
big
was so much
snail,
better.
you'll eat it?
No, it has to look. This is what it looked like. You saw what it looked like. It was
That
cooked.
doesn't
Let me
look
see.
appetizing though. That
Bro,
don't
that
make
look
me
like
hungry.
you took the snail from outside, put some parsley on it.
No, he put
Like, you put
pesto.
some grass on it.
Put pesto.
Pesto.
Come on.
Is it like you
That's
suck
not
it
like
out?
Bugs
No, they give you a little fork
That's
and you
exact-
scoop it out and you eat it.
You
I
know
like
what?
crab leg.
I would not before I try it. Try everything once.
Thank you. Look, see? Look at that.
See, this is
Knock it. Don't knock it.
I'm for
before
sure
you
the kind
try
of
it.
person that lives through people, so I will live through y'all, and I will enjoy it watching y'all enjoy it. I promise.
Okay.
Yo, I need to have a mukbang with y'all.
What we eating though? With you, I gotta ask.
I don't know yet.
We didn't.
We
need to wrap it up.
we're gonna wrap it up. But that is one thing we were talking about, mukbang and we was ASMR.
And stay tuned for the game that we have set up in the next couple weeks too.
Also follow me on IG, The Real Nate Hustle.
We didn't even
The
get
snack crate game.
there yet. Like,
Yeah.
we didn't get there yet.
Snack crate game is gonna be lit that we created. It's gonna come in 2 weeks.
Snack cake.
Snack crate.
Crate game.
Yeah.
Game?
We're gonna give more information.
I don't know how I should take that.
It's gonna be crazy.
As you can see, we're still developing it. Cause
It's gonna be
So
crazy.
open the box. It's gonna be a bunch of snails.
No, it's not.
That's the day I'll be.
I'll be missed. I'm not here
I'm a
today.
spectator at that point. I'll become production at that point.
He's putting
Mysterious illness.
You know it's so nasty. Somebody had a snail, how they talking about eating things live, and they had it on their tongue. You see it moving, and they're
Yeah, that would be
The
nasty.
internet exists.
That would be
I'm
nice.
saying- I say never.
Bro, you asking the wrong
would
person.
you do that for me? No.
You asking the wrong person.
You,
All right.
why?
So Nathan already gave his IG. You want to give out your IG and your YouTube?
Oh, yeah, my YouTube and my IG literally is just my name, which is Michelle Cause, which, that's it. I mean, unless you notice, it's like Michelle, but with an N and then Cause.
It's pretty simple
That's it.
enough.
Yeah.
Follow that. You want to give it again?
The Real Nate Hustle. All platforms.
Go ahead.
Junior the Future. That's Junior DA Future. Twitter and Instagram.
Mr.
This is like episode 10. I ain't never telling my social media.
You don't understand that it's still gonna get edited, so it doesn't matter whether he says it or not. He can't stay incognito.
I'm in private mode, okay?
This is his business, so you can find out much.
Yeah, follow me there.
Bomb. Names _ Kayla on my platforms.
At Yahoo. No. I'm about to get my email.
You're trying to get business to clients.
At Young Paul.
At Young Paul.
Instagram.
Yo,
Okay.
that's a wrap, baby.
Deuces.
See you next week.
Yahoo is.
Baby, 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 baby.